StreamYard's.
What's up, everybody? Wolf from Walmart. We're back. We're back, baby, again.
Not a bad fish right there, guys.
Oh, no.
Out here catching Folsom bass right now, dude. Woo, he's a little chunker. What up, what up, what up, what up? I'm glad I played the right intro. When I signed on this morning, it was still the wrong intro. I had to swap it back. My bad, guys. It is I, Dave Erkey, the host of your the host of the Whole Angler Podcast. Yes, it is. It's not super early. It's like 5 o'clock where I'm at. I've been up for a couple hours. I just am scatterbrained. It's a Friday. This is a really fun guest for me. No real shopkeeping, so we're just going to jump right into it. Thanks over at Element for all the electrolytes. I just got a new sample pack. It's all the new lemon flavors that are coming out. I mean, so they have lemonade iced tea. I'm not an iced tea fan, but the lemonade iced tea actually has caffeine in it. So to get my Element and caffeine at the same time, I'm definitely going to try and rock that one. I mean, even if I got to muscle it down, I'm going to try and rock it. But they came out with one of my most favorite flavors of lemonade of all time. It's pink lemonade. I don't care what you think about me. You can call me a fairy. You can call me whatever you want. I like pink lemonade. I'm a huge fan of it, and they came out with it in an Element packet, so I am ecstatic. I already stole them all, so my kids and my wife can't have any. I'd also like to thank these guys right here.
What up, dudes and dudettes? I'm sure you're tired of hearing my voice by now, but you're going to hear it for a little bit longer because this is a shout out to the sponsor of this show, Kayak City. Kayak City has been taking care of me ever since I started getting into a boat and paddling around in the water trying to catch some fish. And when I tell you it is Kayak City, it is literally like a city of kayaks. They have Bonafide, Eddy Line, Feel Free, Hobie, Jackson, Native, New Canoe, Old Town, Wilderness Systems, and so many used kayaks. I stopped trying to count them a long time ago. If you guys are looking for accessories, they have walls and walls and walls of accessories. They have one wall dedicated specifically to Yak Attack, and it is a massive wall. Kayak City is your #1 Yak Attack dealer here in Northern California. If you want to know where it is, stop by at 7812 Auburn Boulevard, Citrus Heights, CA. Roll through, say what up to James, Troy, Eric, Scott. Tell them Dave says what's up and tell them I sent you there. Thanks for listening.
Also, big shout out to Drew Gregory because, like I said, today is Friday. So the Midwest of us 2 is upon us. People will be fishing. People will be trying to catch fish. I believe you're going to be hearing this on a Monday or whenever you decide to listen to it. So it will be the week that you listen to it. Everybody will be heading out to Midwest of us 2 in Indiana. They're going to have a blast. Go Team Dark Horse. That's my team. I'm actually betting for them this year. That's Zach and Ryan are my buddies, and I just want to see him. I want to see him win. But Drew, thanks for basically sponsoring this podcast because we all know I have no money. So when I got into podcasting, it was through Matt and Brad over the Catch Podcast. They introduced me into. They told me that I talk enough that I should have my own show. If you guys haven't figured it out, this is a long monologue. But before that, I'd always listened to podcasts. I've always been a fan of podcasts. And when you're a fan of a show or you're a fan of something that somebody's giving you, whether it's media content on YouTube or audio content on podcasting, like one thing I try and do when I enter a space and I feel like something really touches me deeply, or just makes me laugh, brings a good smile to my day, is I try and reciprocate. I try and support, whether it's, throw dollars at a Patreon account or just interact with said host as much as I possibly can. Like, hey, dude, give them feedback, or just, you're killing it. Thank you. Keep going. Like, I really love what you're doing. Well, these guys happen to have a podcast that I fell upon in 2022-ish. I found it and I started listening to it at work, and it just made me smile on a regular basis. I was constantly laughing. I had to backtrack all the way to the beginning to listen to the entire show because I'm like, this is something different. This is something awesome. And through that, I started making these silly pictures. Like I'm not a meme guy, like with the words and all that kind of stuff. I just Photoshop silly pictures and make it funny. And I take what they say and it's hilarious to me, and I interpret it the way I want to do it. And then I make these pictures and I would send it to these guys, and they I never thought that I would get any type of response. It was more just a, hey, thank you for doing what you're doing. You know, here, like, let me help you. Let me do whatever I can to, like, you know, encourage you to keep going. And these dudes came back at me with, you know, you'd be surprised, tons of positivity and kind words. And they were super cool to me. They even had me come on their podcast. So my first actual interview or podcast appearance was on their show, and today I get to have one of the hosts who actually, me and him have, you know, our relationship has blossomed. We talk about skateboarding, we talk about music, we talk about Bluey, we talk about everything. And so today, without further ado, I bring to you Sir Alex Castonguay.
Fucking, I got Sir Alex. Holy shit! Like, I feel like royalty here. Dave the intern finally lets me come on his fucking show, and I get Sir Alex. I dig it. Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Alex from Bass and Brews, your weekly distraction from high quality podcasts. Oh shit! I thought it was on my show for a minute.
Yeah,
I started rolling through the intro.
Just say this is your Monday. This is your smile for a Monday morning. How's that sound?
What's up, man? Thanks for having me on. I know it's been tough getting me down. I'm very elusive.
A year. Yeah.
It's been a year. Yeah, been about a year.
Between you and Jake, it's like I never thought this would happen either. So like,
listen, I showed up to this one. I haven't showed up to that hook set one yet.
Yes, dude, I love it. No, so a little bit, me and Alex were talking in the green room about Bluey and the dad and how present he is in his kid's life and how we both feel like crap when we watch this Bluey show. And
bro, it's the worst. I got to figure out what kind of drugs he's selling so I can have that much time with my kids. Like,
dude, he leaves for like 20 minutes and comes back and they have a house. Like,
yeah, it's insane. But shout out Bluey. Bluey's great. My kids are a little older, but they still love Bluey.
Yeah, dude, my 11-year-old will sit and watch Bluey with my 3-year-old. I'll sit and watch Bluey with my 3-year-old. I think I feel like there's enough adult content in there, and not adult content in like a shady way, but enough adult like smile in there where you're like, okay.
Oh no, they got the shady way. You just got to get on their OnlyFans. It's onlypause.com/Bluey, and it's some like 41-year-old dude dressed in all blue. It's weird, but you know, I watch it for the story.
Bluey's spelled a little different in that one. So I've watched this quite episode. And if you guys are parents and you know what we're talking about, Bluey, go watch The Beach Day with Bluey. I swear the dad is high. Like he is staring off into space like the whole night. I swear. So
I like the Hangover one where mom and dad are both hungover and nobody wants to move. Like,
yes, they're like the whale or whatever. Like they're doing whale watching. Yeah,
like once you have kids, especially if you had kids later in life. Like I didn't have my first kid till I was 29. Like the Hangover, like you instantly a lot of times stop drinking as much because the hangover is so much worse when there's a little human being that needs everything done for them. Yes. So you're like, damn, I can't go out wild because I got to make a fucking peanut butter and jelly sandwich tomorrow morning. Like,
so I'm waking up at 7 a.m. and I have to be. Do kids wake up like a pot of coffee deep? I swear to God,
insane. It's insane.
I wish like I could do that. Like I've tried like cleansing myself of coffee. Like I'm not going to do caffeine for a while, and for a month, like I was like, no coffee. Nowhere in that month did I wake up like, whoa, you know, like it just nope. Just never
I think it's
happened.
a lie. I think those people use copious amounts of cocaine in the morning. I think they're all lying. Like you got to have some kind of caffeine to be properly.
Children?
Going. Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
Oh
Yeah. They're doing lines in the on the squatty potty before you wake up. Dude, what's funny though is I've hit the transition from my youngest is 10, so she's up at 6 o'clock every morning, ready to fucking go, right? But my oldest is 12, about ready to be 13, so it's like now she's the one that wants to sleep in all day because she's so tired from the previous day of being sassy and preteeny the whole fucking day.
Oh yeah.
And now it's like, get up. No, I don't want to get up. It's the weird transition in the house where I'm getting ready to join the military again, just to get away for a little bit.
Yes. No, so I'm similar, but they're quite a bit age different. The 3-year-old, she's up at the crack of dawn. That's why I do these so early, so that way I'm she won't just come barging in here like, hey everybody,
Hey, everybody, we're watching Bluey.
Yeah, exactly. Daddy, I want to watch my shows. Yeah. Also, as a parent, everybody knows you don't get to control the TV anymore for a very long time. But my 11-year-old, he's starting to hit that. Like, I'm gonna sleep till like 9. I'm like,
yeah.
Okay, whatever, dude.
Bro, preteen is a wild time. Like, it's like they're just teenage enough, but then they're still like not a teenager, but they want to do teenager things, and it's like, bro, I'm still washing skid marks out of your undies. Not that's just a metaphor. I'm not.
Yeah.
My kids wipe their ass well enough, but
well,
like they want
my undies. So, yeah, it's just what it is.
It's been a hot, shitty day in California.
Yeah.
No, yeah, preteen's wild. It's wild.
Oh, dude, I can't imagine. I envy you, but I don't envy you. Does that make sense? Like,
yeah,
I will rely on you forever for experience moving forward, because I never had a girl before and you have 2, so I get like that.
Bro, it's it's a whole different kind of. When I talk to parents that have boys, especially dads, it's definitely a different skill set you have to flex with the girls, because everything's like, oh my god, you hate me. Like, no, I don't. Like, stop. Like, everything's very emotional.
Right.
Yes.
Holy cow.
Yes.
So many emotions in such a little package. You're like, what is this? So, but I also have the daughter who is like super addicted to like dinosaurs and will like pick up snakes and like, so she's still like,
tomboyish. Yeah, that's my youngest. My youngest is 10 and she fucking loves dinosaurs. Yes. And she's like, they were making fun of me. I was like, fuck that. Dinosaurs are dope. So like we watched that new documentary on Netflix where they like did them all CGI. She dug it and all that, but then she'll still get sensitive. So it's like, but it'll be sensitive about way different shit than the older one.
Yes. Yeah. That's we're into Dino Dana territory right now. So we're Bluey, and then there's a show called Dino Dana, and she's
what the fuck is Dino Dana? All right.
Dino Dana is a little girl who, well, there's Dino Dex, Dino Dana, and Dino Dan. There's a bunch of dinos. It's a Canadian broadcast. It comes on Amazon Prime, and I'm going to inform everybody right now because this show is addicting to my daughter. And she, this girl, like, basically opens up this what's called Dino Field Guide, and it basically makes dinosaurs come to life. Like, your imagination becomes reality, and you learn. And she does dino experiments, so she like figures out what happened to all the kid dinosaurs. Well, there weren't no kid dinosaurs. It's just all these smaller dinosaurs of a certain class got classed out as a different dinosaur, but really it's just an adolescent Tyrannosaurus Rex or whatever. Right. So so it's like actual science, and she always says it's for science when she needs an excuse from her parents. So now my daughter walks around with a book and goes, Dino Experiment 1002, and I'd be like, you need to get ready for the bath. Daddy, I can't, I have to stay dirty. Why? It's for science. No, it's not.
I love it, dude. I love it.
I don't want a science experiment in your underwear, dude. Go get in the bath.
Listen, she's 3, right? You said?
Yeah. Well,
all right, I got it.
3. Yeah.
I got a good one for her. We just watched my 10-year-old. It's a little film. A lot of people might not know it. It's called Jurassic Park. It's fucking awesome.
Dude, I've debated so many times. Like, you want to see dinosaurs, babe? I'll show you dinosaurs.
Bro, we pulled the trigger on Jurassic Park a little early, and now we're good to watch it. But we pulled the trigger at 8, and she was not sleeping in her bed for like 4 days. So, but now she digs it. She's like, yeah, eat them. I'm like, yeah.
That's awesome. Dude. Okay, we jumped all around quite a bit here, so let's go back to the beginning, dude. Okay. Where and when, we're gonna start talking about your childhood a little bit. So where and when were you born?
I was born in Tacoma, Washington. It's just south of Seattle, Washington, in 1984. Actually, April 27th. So if somebody wants, so it's my birthday.
Hey, it's your birthday. You know that a year ago, what's the date today? A year ago, 5 days ago, you were camping with Paul.
A year ago, I was camping with Paul. Yes. Yeah. We just talked about that last night. We had Jeff from Kayak Bass Nation, formerly of Kayak Bass Nation, on the show. We were just talking about how Paul sucks at camping because he doesn't cook enough and he just whines.
He definitely doesn't bring enough alcohol. No.
But yeah, he does not. But yeah, I grew up in the Pacific Northwest outside of Seattle. Split my time between Tacoma and Everett.
And Everett's a bit north from there, right?
Yeah, it's on the other side of Seattle. So Seattle's in the middle,
Mhm.
of the Puget Sound. Tacoma's kind of towards the bottom, not as far as Olympia, but then Everett's all the way at the top.
Yeah. So, and did you go up brothers and sisters? Only child? How'd that work?
No, I have a half brother, half sister. I come from a divorced family. So I have a half brother, half sister. I have, ready for this, 7 step siblings, and then 2 step siblings.
So, okay, so you have 2 step siblings now, a half brother, half sister, because they came after, and then you have 7 step siblings. So how does can you,
yeah, my mom got married a lot. She made a lot of bad decisions with dudes, and then got divorced, and so they had kids, and then I don't know what you call them. Like after a divorce, what do you call that? Like I think it's an step sibling, right? I guess I don't know.
baggage?
No shit, right?
No. So how did that work out? Like you did at the time, were you living with all those kids at one point or another? I mean, not not your stepbrother, stepsister, because they came later, but like, were you living in a house like that, or was it just like
So I mean, it was split. Like I have my half step, or now I'm getting myself confused. My half brother is from my mom. My half sister's from my dad. When my dad remarried, she had 2 kids, so we all lived in that house together. And then my mom and my brother, whatever marriage she was at, that was a separate house. And my parents did 50-50.
Okay.
Co-parenting supposedly back then. So
yeah.
Like
so you went half and half all the time.
Man.
That must
so
be
like
crazy.
Yeah, like when my mom moved to Everett was the start of my freshman year, and it sucked because I had like lived in Tacoma my whole life, and then we moved all the way up to Everett. Didn't know anybody, but then it was like every weekend I'd have to take a bus from Everett, a 3-hour bus, because I had to make all those stops all the way down to Tacoma and then turn around and do it again. It sucked.
Oh God, dude, kids in the 90s, dude, like we, now it's like you have to, or kids of the 80s and 90s basically, because now you have to like travel back and forth. Like I have an ex, and I have a son with my ex, so one of us has to drive. Like I would never make him take the bus. It's like
the bus was
20
brutal.
minutes as the crow flies,
Dude, the bus was brutal, but also, like you said, it's 90s, so it was very unsupervised on like, I would take the bus from Everett down. The first like major stop was in Seattle, and then I'd go off on like a 4-hour adventure in the city before getting back on the bus and heading all the way south. And my dad being like, dude, it's 11 o'clock at night. Where have you been? Oh, I was just out. Okay. Mind you, it's like almost my daughter's age. Like when I think about it now, I'm like, holy shit, there's no way I would let my kids do what we got away with back then.
Yes. And I don't feel like I don't feel so much like a helicopter parent. I just feel like I learned a lot out there that I don't want my son to learn.
100%. Yes, 100%. Yeah.
There's plenty of lessons they need to learn, but there's a lot that they don't,
Right.
So,
yes. Yeah. I absolutely agree.
But dude, I mean, traveling, what are you doing? Are we both skateboard. So like,
yes,
you were did you just skate around town, or was it just like, did you even have skateboarding at the time? Were you just going to the record store? Like, cause you're a big music fan too. So.
Big music fan. Yeah. So I want to see, I started skateboarding 5th grade. So I was definitely skateboarding at this time, local parks. There's a couple indoor parks in Seattle at the time. So we do that because it is the fucking Northwest. So there's a lot of rain. But yeah, I skated all throughout that. I skated all the way up until 19. And then I stopped and then picked it back up later in life. But the record shop was always, I started DJing in 6th grade. And then my first band, I was in a couple punk/hardcore bands throughout middle school into high school.
Dude, wait. So you're taking the bus, you're traveling around town, you're doing anything, and you've been skateboarding, and I never knew you were a DJ. What was your DJ name? DJ
Vokill. Vokill, like vocal, but Vokill, because I would, mind you, this is like 1998.
Yes.
So I had started getting into, I was already always into like punk rock also. Like I like a very wide range of music. I know some people say like, oh, I'm eclectic. Like, no, I mean, like my daily playlist has like house music into like hardcore East Coast punk rock into like old school LA based hip hop. It's all over the place. But my thing is I would do like, I'd play some shitty trance music and then I'd add screams to it. Like,
yes,
like you know what I mean? Like hardcore screams to it. So I went by the name Vokill. It was awful. It was a bad idea. It did not work out well. Those
would
two
hit
worlds,
now.
dude. Now, yeah, like it's revolutionary now. But
You would have the most used social media tracks ever now. Like,
right,
people
like
need
it.
that.
You're right. It was like mixing the soundtrack of Blade and Train Spotting, but then growling screams over the top. Dude, it's so bad.
You just got some RZA and then like Blood for Blood in the background. Like,
Exactly, exactly. So a lot of times these adventures were they were like skateboarding, stop by the record shop, pick up a couple or steal a couple records, and then maybe pick up an early show, and then travel to the next parent's house at that point. It was, like I said, and this is all at like 13 or 14. It's wild times.
Dude, that's so awesome. Dude, that's wild. It's like,
Yeah. I will say, and it helped me later on in life, actually, because like I'm one of those people who I don't need a crowd to do something. I can absolutely go out somewhere by myself, like go to a movie by myself, go eat by myself. I can go make my own entertainment without a large group of people. Also maybe independent, because there's definitely times where I maybe did some shady shit or went to the wrong part of town. I mean, it's Seattle, so it's really not that tough. It's like somebody throws a fucking cup of coffee at you. But like I figured out how to get out of those situations early on in life.
yeah, dude, same. I can relate to that fully. But I will say, like, you're a special breed like that. Like, especially, I hate to say it, but like in media and podcast land, like, I feel like that's where the people who are fully self-sufficient get to be people persons, because you don't have the crowd around you. You're talking to a camera and a microphone, so you're definitely more like outgoing and this, that, and the other, because you're so happy and content with just being with yourself. Like, you're so used to doing your own thing that you're just talking to a camera, and if nobody listens, nobody listens. It's not like a big group of people are surrounding you. I'm terrible when there's groups. Like, I'll find the one or two people and I'll chat with them, you know.
I know.
Group
exactly the same way. And it's funny you mention that, because podcasting is like, I remember we talked to you when you were about ready to start. We've talked to over at Bass and Brews, we just celebrated 5 years, which is insane to think about. We just did episode 287, which is
congratulations.
Nuts.
I was listening to it this morning, by the way. Yeah,
we talked to so many people, and we have to tell them, like, podcasting you don't get the instant gratification that you do with most content, like short form YouTube. You're going to get comments. Barely anybody leaves a comment on a podcast. A little bit more now, but really they don't. So it's very much a solo thing. You shoot that shit out into the universe, and maybe in like 2 months, you'll find out if people like it. When somebody's like, oh shit, that was a great episode, right? But you don't get that instant gratification. We've seen so many people start podcasts, and then after 5 episodes, they're like, listen, I'm done with this. This is dumb.
Ramon. Yeah.
Ramon did 2 episodes. What was his show called again?
Don't know, but it's okay, Ramon. We love you. We love you. Not that he listens to this show. He don't listen to this show, bro. Like,
no, he's out in crypto now. I think he's trying to shove crypto bucks in small fish and catch them.
This is a dink coin.
The dink coin. But yeah,
that's his new podcast, Dink Coin. Yeah.
It's definitely a solo adventure. And again, that was kind of just how I grew up, kind of a lot of solo stuff. Being the middle kid too, I had the step siblings were way older. They were like 6-7 years older than me.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So you were just they beat on you then.
Yeah, my older brother did. Not my older sister, but my older brother, yeah. And then my half siblings, they're 6 years younger than me. So it's like a big gap.
You live in the void at that point. You're just
100%.
Like, I'm here.
Yeah.
Did you ever feel I hate to ask you this, but did you ever feel forgotten?
For sure. There was maybe not in the moment, but as I grew up, I definitely like, oh shit, I did this because I felt forgotten. As that like middle kid of a divorce, I realized later on, like, shit, I ran to the military as soon as I was okay to get in. I ran to the military and picked as far away as possible just to see if they would notice.
Yeah.
No,
it
was New Jersey. Yeah, dude. Like when I got in at 18 years old, you do boot camp in New Jersey.
A spite thing.
Kind of. I was just like, oh, I'm going to, like, will they even notice? I'm going to go. I'm like, nothing's happening here either. So let's see if anybody misses me kind of deal. I realized later on that's what I did. Not at the moment. Well, obviously at the moment, but in my head, that's not what it was. But later on, reflecting on it, that's absolutely what it was.
Ooh, dude, that's a heavy choice too. Like, I'm sure going through high school and all that kind of stuff, it's already a struggle because you're living in this void. So no one's really paying attention to your grades or unless you're bad. Like,
I was actually really bad.
Okay.
I dropped out. I dropped out after freshman year.
My guy.
Of high school.
So you went and got your GED. Paul makes fun of you all the time for it.
Yeah.
I don't care. I still haven't.
Oh, you got to get that, man. It's pretty easy.
No high school education. I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right.
That's true. Yeah, I
it's not
actually
like a
got
badge
my
I wear proudly.
Right, but it is what it is. Like, I got mine in the military. Like, I signed up for the military without anything, and they were like, "Listen, if you want to do what you want to do, you have to get a fucking diploma." I was underway off the coast of Costa Rica. We just got done doing a drug bust when I took my GED. Like,
how many kilos were
right? Well, I was definitely wide awake on that one. No, yeah, it was. Yeah, so I ran and I went and did that. And looking back, it was definitely like, oh well, nobody gives a shit what I'm going to do. Let's see if they notice now.
Yeah. So okay, 19.
Yeah,
I did a lot of impetuous things at 19 as well.
Yeah.
When did it set in that you were in the military and you were there? Like, were you excited to be there? Was that like, this is really cool, or was it like, oh fuck?
No, it was cool from the get. Like, I didn't realize how much I liked structure because my life before that was very chaotic. And now I literally had somebody telling me what to wear to go to work, what time to get up. This is the job. Like, everything's so structured in the military. And I picked a good branch. We got to, like, literally my first underway period. I went to boot camp. Boot camp was dope. Like, I liked it. Got to hang out with a bunch of folks and get yelled at and do push-ups and eat food. Like, it was fine. Like, a lot of people struggled with it. I didn't.
I'm gonna say, I don't care what anybody says. You can ask NFL players or anybody else that's ever touched a skateboard. You were more physically fit and ready for the world through skateboarding than you are through any other sport. You could work out every day in your life, but that's not exercising T-bands, and that's not stretch. Like, there's a bunch of different things that go on physically in your body that you get from skateboarding that you do not get anywhere else. So doing 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, running 3 to 6 miles, it's all right because you're already doing that kind of stuff anyways. How many times do you run up for a trick? All the impact on your ankles and knees and like over and over again. And you have to push yourself up to get up. 100 tries to get a trick in a day. That's 100 push-ups, like easy. You fall on your back. That's 100 sit-ups. Like, you are so ready to take on stuff like that. So I can imagine boot camp was probably Candyland at that point.
Dude, the physical part.
Fed.
yeah. The physical part, and actually the hardest part for boot camp is definitely the mental part, right? You're put in high stress situations. Especially Coast Guard boot camp, it's very high stress situations that they put you in because that's what you're going to have to do out in the fleet. But again, coming from like a skateboard background, you deal with adversity a lot when you're skateboarding. You don't always make the trick. You make the trick 10% of the time, if that. Right? So you're used to getting back up. You're used to failing. Like, skateboarding is just a large series of failures for one success, right?
Yes.
So doing something like boot camp, or even just with life in general, is basically just a series of failures when you're looking for that one good success. So like I said, it was easy, man. It was 8 weeks, no problem. And then I got shipped out to a boat in Astoria, Oregon. It's right on the coast of the, what's the name of that river? Anyway, it's on the coast, obviously, it's the Coast Guard. But I got on this boat, and the first mission was a counter-drug mission. Mind you, I'm like 18 years old. We go right down to Mexico, and I thought this was going to be like pretty hands-off. And it was like, nope. Get fucking going. So it was like, I don't know, like 3 weeks out of boot camp, we were busting like a fishing boat full of cocaine. And like, yeah, it was fucking dope. Yeah, the boat, the bosun mate comes in there and he starts popping a couple of the keys, being like, yep, that's real. There's fucking, you got coke eye boogies. Because this is in 2003. So like, we didn't really wear the respirators or the eye gear. We were just legally high. Yeah, exactly. Dude, when that song came out, my wife's like, what's he talking about? I'm like, cocaine. And she's like, what do you mean? How do you know? And I had to tell her the whole story. And I'm like, yeah, dude, he's totally talking about blow. Like,
so you didn't have any safety equipment or anything. I have a question. One more thing about boot camp. I'm sorry to jump back.
No, you're good.
like we said, you felt like almost lost as a kid. Like,
Yeah.
you're going between two homes, you're traveling and stuff like that. Do you feel that the boot camp and like the situations that you got put in gave you the structure that you were seeking?
Yes. Yeah, I do. It gave me a structure, and then how you said it, like I was seeking something. And I was one of those people that bought into the Coast Guard in boot camp 100%. Like, this is now the family that I get to pick. This is something that not a lot of people do. And now I'm instantly bonded with these 12 guys that all went through the same thing. We all did it together. Like, and I still talk to those guys. I've been out for 3 years now. So 23 years later, I still talk to these guys that I met in 2003. So yeah, it definitely, it gave me the structure I needed, and I bought onto it real quick. A lot of kids don't, but the ones that do, it can definitely be life-changing, any of these, because I'm now very structured. I'm not loosey-goosey, and I'm very much anal about showing up 20 minutes early, just little shit like that, and that was all because of the Coast Guard.
Yes. I love it. Like 15 minutes earlier on time. If you show up on time, you're late. Yeah.
Exactly.
I back that. Yeah.
My wife hates it. She's like, "Are we really going to be here 30 minutes early?" I'm like, "Listen, just sit in the car. It's all right." But it all fits in, because any kind of military service, you do a thing called hurry up and wait. You have like these sprints of activity that lead to then downtime while you're waiting for like the next stage in the mission, the next whatever you're doing, right? But I was already okay with just sitting with my thoughts by myself. Like, I can sit in a doctor's office all day.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Yep.
Like, I don't get antsy. I can sit and do nothing. Like, I'm talking raw dog, like no phone. Just give me that highlights magazine maybe where I can do the word search on the back. But like, I don't need any of that shit. I'm fine with that. And if you're a real antsy person, military might not be for you, because there's definitely points of high stress, high action into nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. So hurry up and wait, I think is, I don't know if it's, we used to say that in the union all the time, construction, but I love it because I feel like it's a setup for mental preparedness. Like I'm like, and then I get a chance to like de-stress from that and prep myself for, okay, I'm walking into this. Like, I love being early, because then I can be like, okay, we're going into the mall, Like,
yeah, no, that stuff's so important to. And the way you said it is why they do it. It took me a long time to realize why they do it, but it's to have everybody ready, and then you have that downtime to start processing the next stage of whatever activity you're doing. And those are small things that you can still do in your life, whether you're in the union, in the military, whatever. And it doesn't have to be as extreme as those two. It could just be like a 5-minute breather of like, all right, this is what we're doing. This is what needs to get accomplished. This is how we have to accomplish it. Now let's go. It's just thought, like movement and actions with thought. Not just off impulse.
Dude, I love that. And if you don't take away anything from this conversation, I'm sorry, I don't know, it's early. If you don't take away anything from this conversation, guys, like, show up early and just sit, see what happens. That's a thing. That's, my wife hates it too. My son understands it. He's 11, and he's like, "Dad, can we just sit for a little bit longer?" I'm like, yeah, dude. Like, let's get ready, And
I don't think it's a weakness thing. I know there's this whole thing, because we're both elder millennials, right? And we're supposed to be these soft, weak, pussy parents, right? But like, these are things that like we should have had these skill sets of. This should have been passed down, right? This not being as impulsive with everything goes a long way, and it definitely took me a long time to learn. It's not like I instantly learned it after 8 weeks in boot camp. Like, I could do it at work, but not in my real life outside of work. But it took me a long time to like integrate that in, and it makes you have less miscommunication with your loved ones, or even just somebody out in public. You can usually act a lot calmer because you've already ran through these scenarios in your head, and like, okay, yeah, this could happen, this could happen, this could happen. All right, I'm good. Like, you're not acting on impulse, because that's where we make mistakes. And as you get older, those mistakes, and it's good to fail. It's good to make mistakes.
Yes.
But it's hard to learn a lesson at 42 that you should have learned at 18 and could be completely avoidable.
Absolutely. I got an older vet homie of mine, and whatever. And he always says, an experienced soldier never runs into war.
Right.
And I was like, oh, that's a good point.
Yep.
So yeah, you learn, man. You learn how to take your time. You learn how to prep yourself before you walk into a situation every time. I was like, okay, good to know. So you are out of boot camp.
Yep.
You've already rated the first cocaine bust
Yep.
down in Mexico. Like you're every bit of 18 with an AR in your hand and coke in your face.
Yep.
No, I'm just saying.
Yep, living that dream.
Yeah, living the dream, dude, the American dream. So where are you going from that? Like, is it just like, you're like, I'm going to do this for the rest of my life? Or
No, so then you have to go to school. So I went to school in Petaluma, and that's where you learn like your trade. We call it a rate. So I went there, but the whole plan, so I signed up initially for 6 years.
Okay.
And the idea was to do 6 years, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Initially, when I got in, I took my ASVAB, which is like the test you got to take before you get into the military, but I took it through the Air Force. I wanted to be an air traffic controller for some reason. Don't know why. Just thought it'd be fucking cool, right? But they were going to cut my ASVAB score in half because I didn't have a high school diploma. So I wouldn't have been able to do anything. Coast Guard, funny enough, I saw the recruiter as I was having a cigarette, and he was having a cigarette too. And we just got to chit-chatting. And I was like, what do you guys do? And he's like, bro, we go down to South America. There's bad bitches down there. We party. And I'm like, fuck yeah, dog. Like, will you take me with no high school diploma? And he's like, fuck, you don't need that shit. So it was great. So the plan was to only do 6 years and then maybe go to college or whatever after that. After school, this is where I ran. So after school, you get a sheet. There was 20 something of us in this class, right? So I was the only one who had like been at sea before. Yeah. They'd all gone to land units, so I got to pick first. So, I mean, we've got all these, like, locations, tons in the Bay Area, SoCal. There was ones in Seattle I could have picked. I picked Air Station, Atlantic City, New Jersey. It was the farthest unit from my home of record.
Yes.
Everything was West Coast. We only had one East Coast billet, and I took it. And I went to Atlantic City.
Come find me now, motherfucker.
Yeah, so I went there, and it was... Again, that was a scarier. Some of it was to run from them. Some of it was the challenge because I had like lived in 2 different towns before, right, with my parents being split up. And then I had like lived on the boat in Oregon, but you have like the other people who live on the boat there, right? So now this challenge was, what happens if I move all the way across the country and not know anybody and see if I can handle that? And that's what I did because this isn't like a boat. This is like an air station with helicopters. So you get an apartment, you get... that you have to pay for. This isn't like military. This is like big boy stuff at 19 years old. Everything's on you.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I stumbled a lot.
Yeah.
I got my car repoed because I got a car in Washington, and then the rent was too high at the place I was staying. So I was like, these motherfuckers won't find me in New Jersey. So I just stopped paying that thing. Bad idea. They eventually got it. I had a lot of life lessons through that. And it was just surviving, like how to figure this out.
Oh, dude, at 19?
Yeah.
Like, at 19, I was coming out of jail. Like 20,
right.
The towers got taken down. Like,
mm-hmm.
I don't remember most of 19. Like, I don't know how you would just create a bunch of life lessons that way. Like, all right, here we go. I'm gonna pay.
Well, I didn't see it at the time. At the time, I didn't see it. This is all like
You're just
a
doing
big
the next thing in
retrospect.
front of you. Yeah.
But I'm trying to learn from those things. And this is when I start really like trying to integrate the like thoughtfulness in action into my life because it was just a crazy time. A lot of stumbles. I definitely, a lot of people say like, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. This was like 5 steps backwards, celebrate the 1 step forward.
Yeah.
Kind of deal.
Learning to live life. You're adulting.
But I got to see, and I got to see a lot of the job was great. I was working radio comms, search and rescue comms. So we're like the people that the Mariner hears on the radio. We vector helicopters in. And then Katrina happened. And I'd done the counter drug thing, right? And that was cool. That's like exciting. That's some cowboy shit. That's fun. And I'd done the land side search and rescue. But at that point in time, I didn't have a lot of like eyes on of what the actual mission was. So Katrina happened. The notice went out on base that they were taking radio operators to go down there. So I volunteered. I was like, fuck it. Worst idea ever. Fucking worst idea ever. So I went down to Katrina for 45 days. I sat on top of a federal building for 12 hours a day, listening to a radio tower, vectoring helicopters in. But mine, at that time, it was still, it's bad. This is 3 days after the storm hit. So I'm a shorter guy, so I'm like waist deep in fucking sewage water trying to climb up to the building. There's people shooting at fucking helicopters, shooting at us because they're trying to get our attention to go rescue them. It was really seeing like how bad things could get.
Shooting at the helicopter, not up in the air, like, hey, you, ting.
Yeah. We had helicopters take rounds because there was people dying on their roofs and they wanted to get medevaced off. And we just didn't have, like, it was really hard because part of your job, like part of my job there was to like make sure these helicopters don't crash because we had so many in the same airspace. And normally you have a separation, but we couldn't because everybody's up and down picking people up. So it was really hard. Thankfully, nothing happened, but it was a tough mission. But it really gave me, so that was almost to my 6-year mark. And I was like, oh shit, this is dope. This has meaning.
Yeah.
Like, again, the counter drug is probably the funnest part because those are like bad guys. Bad guys have drugs. You stop drugs. Bad guys go to jail. Cut easy. Adrenaline filled. It's great. But like, you're not really doing a lot to the drug trade. I hope I'm not bursting anybody's bubble, but like the Coast Guard busts a lot of drugs coming over, and it's just like 10%, if that, of what's coming over. So, but this is like, you're seeing it face to face. My actions led to that person not suffering anymore and being okay. And it really like changed how I thought about the Coast Guard, how I thought about military service. And it was at that time, at like 4 days into Katrina, I was like, I'm fucking doing 20.
Yeah. That was it. That locked you in. Yeah.
It locked me in. Being able to see, like, because you'd be in downtown, and then you would go a little bit outside, right? But that's also where, like, the people that we medevaced, that's where we would drop them off at to then go to the hospital. And you see these people coming out, and they give you like a hug, or they're crying. Like, that shit just still gets me to this day. And I was like, okay, this is changing somebody's life for the better. Every time I have the opportunity at work, every time to change somebody's life. And this is all on a whim. Like, I picked the job that I did in the Coast Guard. I picked it randomly because I was drunk at 18 years old and I wanted to get off the boat. And they were like, hey, this is on like a Thursday. I'm all hungover. And my boss basically comes in. He's like, dude, you are a fucking wreck. But hey, this school opened up. You can be there on Monday if you want. I'm like, fuck yeah, send me to that school. Like, randomly picked this job. Didn't even know what the fuck they did.
And
like...
So, like, in perspective, the way I see it, sure, you know, cowboy stuff is all that fun and stuff like that, but like, you get to see people on a Wednesday that you literally, using your voice and using your intelligence and your team, you just handed them another 40 years of life. Here you go. You know, like, you get to interact with somebody at their worst, and then in the same mission, interact with them at their best. When they're in trouble, that's like the worst. I used to always tell the kids, like, the kids would get nervous when they're talking to folks on the radio. So you only do that radio job like when you first start that job, and then you move up into different portions of it. So I was the training petty officer for a long time. So I trained these kids, and they'd get so nervous on the radio, and I'm like, why are you fucking nervous, dog? Like, you're sitting here, you're gonna leave work, everything's fine. These people are having the worst day in their life. Yeah,
like, don't get nervous. Like, there's nothing to get nervous about. You're fine. It's air conditioning. You're in slippers probably right now. Like, come on.
You got your Crocs on,
right? Yeah. So it's cool. So with that job, the Katrina kind of changed me, and then an opportunity came up to go back to the West Coast to get on a big boat, and I took it.
Is there a specific experience that you could speak on during Katrina that really like set this ball in motion, or was it just the whole experience altogether?
It was the one where we literally got off the van that dropped us off, and there was a helicopter that I had vectored in, was landing with the people that needed help. And I have a very unique voice. It's very deep and raspy, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And this lady had walked by me, and she asked, where am I supposed to go? And I'm like, director, like, you need to head that way. She goes, oh my God, you were the voice. I heard you on the radio, and gave me a hug. Right then and there. Like, I'm getting goosebumps now. Like, that was the one where I was like, yep, this is better than drugs. This is absolutely amazing. Like,
that's heavy, dude. Like,
yeah,
the chances of that happening, dude, that's beyond circumstance. You know,
well, the whole job is highs and lows. I equated a lot to like an ER nurse. Like, the highs are so high, and it's like heroin. Like, you're gonna chase that dragon because the feeling is so good, but your lows are also epically low.
Yeah.
Because you will deal with death. You will deal with circumstances you can't save the person. There's no way to save them. It's just God's plan at that point. And those lows are so low, but it's very addicting because the highs are like, I'd come out of work just like on cloud 9. Like hit up the bar with the friends. They're like, what happened? Like, oh, I just saved fucking, 4 12-year-olds who are lost at sea. We just found them. And they're like, what the fuck? Like I did data entry all day today. Right? Like, so you get those, but then the other ones, like what happened today? And I'm like, oh, just a family capsized in a boat and died.
Yeah. So is there a process that you go through? I'm sure that the Coast Guard has a debriefing process, but is there a personal process that you go through when it comes to the low lows and the high highs?
Yeah, so the Coast Guard does have a process. I forgot its acronym. Dude, I feel like an old man now. I'm like, what's it called? There's a process. To be honest, it's because, so part of my job, as you rank up, you become a search planner. So now you're the one actually laying out the patterns. And then eventually you get up, like I specialized in long range search and rescue. So it was like finding shit that's been lost for 4 days. And I have like a 3,000 nautical mile window to try to find a boat in. That was like my deal, right? Those people don't get a lot of official debriefs. It's really up to the crew members themselves. I learned early on that like mental health, super important, especially in the game that we were playing, because I've seen, unfortunately, a lot of my Coastie friends have taken their lives either during service or a lot after service. And some of it is alcohol, drug related, but some of it is you see nasty shit on a constant basis. So I would always have like a specific, like we'd get done because you work 12-hour shifts, right? So 12-hour shifts, we're all walking out to our car. I would make sure to like talk to somebody to make sure they're good, but also for myself, make sure I'm good, that we talk through this. Like the bottling up is what kills you. You can cry about it. You can be sad about it. All that's fine. The stone cold, it doesn't affect me, will affect you later, and it will fuck you up.
Yes. Yeah. It will drive you crazy.
Yeah.
It will. Yeah. So that's why I was curious if you personally have something that you do now or that you did
so I just
outside
like
of their processing.
Because I just lay it all out. Like, this is what we did. It's mostly like a checklist. Like, did I do everything? Yeah. And as long as I can have that whole checklist and be like, yeah, I did everything I was supposed to do, maybe a little bit more. There's nothing I could do at this situation. And that kind of helps because you can't save everyone, right? And in life, you can't fix every situation either. Sometimes shit's going to fail. And you just have to make sure you did as much as you could. And that's good enough for me.
Dude, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No, because you have understood the exception of powerless. Like you accept the fact that I'm powerless. I've done everything within my power. And now it happened outside of my ability.
Nothing you can do. Sometimes shit just happens. And I don't even think it's powerless. It's you had power. You did everything you could. Yeah. It just sometimes it's not enough for the situation. And it's not a personal thing. It's just that's how shit happens sometimes.
So heavy, dude. That's so heavy. So okay, so you did the Katrina thing.
Yep.
Signed up for 20 years. You're like, I'm in.
Yep. And then I took a boat in California, Bay Area, first time getting stationed, first of 3 times. And I get on a boat.
The worst part too. Like you were in Oakland, right? Like
yeah. We were in Alameda, like the other side. Yeah. Actually, Oakland's dope. That last time that I went, Oakland was nicer and safer than the city was. I saw much less human feces than in Oakland than when I went to San Fran. So but I went there.
They'll chalk somebody up for fucking shitting on the street.
Exactly. But I went there. That was a cool experience. At that time, I'd met my wife in New Jersey, so she came out with me. I was there for 2 years. But for a whole year, I was gone. I was in Mississippi with the boat. The boat was just being built.
So she's just chilling in Alameda?
Yeah, she got a job at the Starbucks. So this is fun. She comes from a very established family, very like Sunday dinners, all that shit, right? She's got 9 million cousins that she sees every 3 weeks. And then she had to kind of do what I did, where she went where she didn't know anybody and had to kind of do it on her own for a year. And
in Alameda,
yeah. So we did that, and then we went back home to the East Coast. It was another search and rescue job out of Philly. It was basically doing what I did at the air station, but now I'm doing the search planning. It was dope. It was good times. We talked about it before, the highs and the lows. I was on my 5th year there. We had just found out we were pregnant. We tried for a really long time. Finally got pregnant with our first kid. But then I got orders back to Alameda.
Yeah.
And I literally had to meet the boat in Kodiak, Alaska 3 weeks after my daughter's born.
Oh, that's
It's fucking
zero.
awful.
Oh my God. Now, she did the VBAC, all that kind of stuff. Because my wife had 2 cesareans, so it's like 3 weeks. You're still not going anywhere.
Oh,
Like,
no, she had she didn't give birth. She just got cut. That's what I like to tell her. Yeah, you didn't really give birth. You just got cut. She hates that. I'm just joking, ladies. I'm sure there's tons of ladies that listen to the whole Angler, but
my mom.
no, yeah, she was still out. She stayed with her parents in New Jersey while I went out there. But yeah, that was like, at this point in time, it had always been like Coast Guard first, for sure. Coast Guard was like, you know what I mean? Like I took extra assignments to go places. I took extra shifts. It was definitely Coast Guard first, and having the kid. And also at this time, I specifically remember, I had never been scared in the Coast Guard, ever. I'd been in heavy waves. I've been shot at by drug dealers. All this shit. Never once had I been scared. Leaving that night before I left for Kodiak, I fucking bawled because I had such a sense of fear and dread, because I was actually scared to do the job that I had loved doing for the last 10 years. Like I had something, yes, my wife would have been upset, but literally if I didn't come home, there was somebody who was going to be directly affected.
I was going to say, you're in a totally different mental, emotional space at that point.
Yes.
There's a new human that's yours.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it was really scary. And then November 11th hit. So November 11th, 2013, I don't think I've ever fully talked about this one. So November 11th, 2013, we were going to pull into Dutch Harbor for a port call. It's Veterans Day, right? Gonna go get wasted and all that. And we got a call that there was a disabled fishing vessel. It had 0 electricity, and we're in 15 to 20 foot seas, big seas. Had a couple members with broken legs on that boat, so they wanted us to go over there and help them. So we tried to launch a small boat first to go get them. And the way the boats are configured, there's a stern ramp, basically, that you can launch the boat out of and recover it. So we send the boat over. It's really dangerous. It's like, this is not fuck around seas. This isn't like we're getting the shit kicked out of us in a 420 foot boat. We're about ready to send a 20 foot boat over there.
Yeah.
We go over there. We get a couple of the crew members over, and unfortunately there was an accident. So as the boat was coming, our small boat, to redock, into our stern launch, Beam 3, Travis Obendorf, was leaned forward, and a swell hit us. Unfortunately, just right to where it pushed him forward, pushed the whole small boat forward, and his head got crushed between the back of the stern launch and the small boat itself. So the small boat instantly, like, the front of it kind of curls like an old sardine can, and it slips out. It's a rib, so it has like those inflatable, the inflatable shit on it. That instantly, like, is crushed. Obi's body kind of drops to the bottom of the stern launch. We go down there, we pull him out. Dude, Obi we used to call Hulk, because this dude was fucking huge. He was like 6'1", 250 of fucking muscle. We used to always bitch and moan because he'd have like protein shipped to us in the weirdest fucking spots. Like, there's nothing in Dutch Harbor, but Obi's got a fucking pallet worth of fucking like protein. So it took like 5 of us to get this guy out of the launch. Unfortunately, so we wear Kevlar helmets. This had split the helmet, the impact, all the way through. We carried him in. There's like a little area, like the right way to picture it. There's like a small area when you enter the boat there's like watertight doors, right? And there's like a small little area, we call it a cofferdam right there. And I specifically remember like you have to like open them, so it takes a minute. And like I remember I'm in boots, like combat boots, and it's like his blood is up over the rubber and like soaking the leather of my boots at that point.
Yeah.
There's so much blood loss. We bring him down to the mess deck. Everybody starts working on him. We still have to handle this small boat that's happening and this other thing. Mind you, we didn't medevac these people because the weather was so bad.
Yeah, it was terrible. Yeah, you can't medevac in that kind of sea.
So we had to try to stabilize him. I think it was like 4 hours until we could get our own bird to get him out. Mind you, this whole time now we've set up a cable and we're towing this fishing vessel. And then Obi went to the mainland in Alaska and he held on for quite a while. And then when he was being transported down to Washington, he gave way to his injuries and he passed away. And so we talked about like, just had the kid. I'm so scared. And that was why. And I didn't even know that yet.
Yeah.
And the whole thing was like, yeah, very harrowing. It was like, there's a book about it. His mom wrote a really good book. There was a lot of missteps on Big Coast Guard's part. But it was, yeah, like it fucked me up. Continues to kind of, this is, 12 years ago and it still rings true. It was very scary. It was like I had a feeling like I was like dreading going because I was like, I might not be able to come home. And then watch this guy like in the prime of his life, 22 years old, put it all on the line.
Yep.
But it also like reinvigorated why we do this. Like he put it all on the line to make sure that those guys were going to be safe and that they could get the help they needed. And yeah, the Coast Guard fucked up. Big Coast Guard fucked up in some spots on this. Some other people made mistakes. But at the end of the day, like knowing the guy that he was, this is how he would want to go. Like he went out doing what he had a legit calling to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was heavy. It was heavy.
I was gonna say that that's like the light that you have to give yourself in order to like process some of that stuff, dude. Because
and
honestly,
that was
that's
way
so
later.
heavy.
That was way later because we eventually, so this happened and then it still took us 4 days to tow this boat in. So now we just saw homie's brains on our mess deck where we eat. There's still blood on the boat that we couldn't, like we missed spots. Like you'd come in from having a cigarette and you're like, oh fuck, that's like dried blood. That's Obi's blood on the floor that we missed. And so we towed the boat in and then there's an accident investigation right away in Dutch Harbor. So we're stuck in Dutch for the 4 days as we're towing. This is where Big Coast Guard fucked up. They disabled our internet, so we couldn't send out emails to our family about an accident. And then when we got to Dutch, they had a problem there too. So it was really hard to get communications. And my understanding, there was a lot of rumors through the spouses about what happened. And Coast Guard really fucked that up. Like we couldn't, like, these are spouses and dependents whose loved ones, they know there's an accident, but they don't know who it is and no way to contact. So like it fucked my wife up. She didn't know if it was me. Yeah, it was fucked up. So we were there for like 7 days for the investigation.
You're still on that too. You're sitting there like, I can't even tell her. Like she's sitting at home with our brand new daughter, like recovering from major abdominal surgery. And like,
yeah,
dude,
it was gnarly. Props to the community of Dutch Harbor. They came out. They made sure no coastie paid for drinks. We obviously didn't. We self-medicated for sure for 7 days. It was a lot of booze, a lot of, it was gnarly times. And then we get back, and this kind of rolls all the way back to when I first got in, and I said, like, I get to create a bond with these guys in boot camp, right? Like, this is the family that I get to pick now.
Yeah.
So we roll up, and there's 3 other boats at this pier in Alameda, all the same type of ship. And on the back of the boat where the stern launch is usually the name of your ship. So we pull up and we notice that every boat, it says Obendorf on the back of it. They had repainted his name on the back of every single ship. When we show up, The other crews show up. There's hugs, there's tears, all this shit. Mind you, Amanda's not even home yet. She's still in New Jersey. So I'm feeling kind of lonely, but we had dudes there to like, these are like my brothers and sisters who like I didn't even know who are coming up, saying sorry, giving hugs. They came on, took all our trash. That's like a big deal on the boat. As soon as you pull in, you got to take off the trash. It fucking sucks. They came in and did that. They stood all our duty for the first week. They took extra time away from their family so we could process what had just happened to us. And I was like, this is not once did I hear any of them bitch about it. Like they all volunteered. They knew what happened is fucked up and they knew what we needed. And I feel like I wouldn't have got that at home at the start of this whole thing. Like growing up, I never got that as a kid. You fucking just survived, right? No, they were there to help us. This is a family I picked, and it was a good pick because they helped us out through all of this.
Dude, that's so heavy. Like that's so awesome. That's like that beautiful like just show up and just see your homie's name like everywhere, and like everyone's just like, I got you. Like,
yeah,
I got you. Get out of here. Like I got you. That's so heavy, dude. Like I feel that right now. I'm like, oof.
I mean, it was not a dry eye on that fucking boat as we're pulling in when we saw his name across everything, and then to see the line of coasties. I'm talking like probably at least 200 to 300 coasties waiting on the pier to do all the mundane dumb shit you have to do when you moor up a 420-foot quote unquote warship. Right? There's a shit ton of stuff, and they're literally like, "Here's hugs, here's that, go home." We've got everything. And dude, family time is so important when you're underway because you're underway a lot, right?
Yeah.
So these guys were taking time away from their family to make sure that we could grieve meant so much. More than they probably know. I hope they know how much it meant to us on the way she. It was absolutely incredible.
Dude, that's fucking beautiful, dude. Like that's I mean, beauty out of horror. Like that's rad. So this is a fucking life leveling moment, right? And where do you go from that? Like afterwards, like you've done your week, you know, you got to get back on the boat. There's a job to do. So like, well, I mean, I'm not saying a job, like you actually had, I know you had a real job. I bang nails for a living, bro. Like you had a real job affecting people. Like, so where did you go from there? Like,
so like just mentally it's tough because at that point, Amanda, we had finally settled. She'd come out to Cali and the turnaround was only like 2 months and then we're back underway again. So you had to go back to this kind of like horror scene. Which is rough. We all got through it. That crew I got super tight with because everybody there who experienced that, like, we all experienced this trauma. There was definitely a mass trauma. And that was like the safest boat afterwards that I'd ever fucking been on. I was saying before, it was like cowboy shit when you do counter drug. Not with that fucking boat. That crew, we were so like locked tight on everything. Like, nope, fuck that mission. Let that boat go through. Fuck that. Like, because we watched homie die. So it was tough. I kind of just blurred through it, really, to be honest, like numbed myself. We had just had my first daughter. By the time I left that unit, we'd just had our second one, too. So I was trying to like blur the accident and everything. We got stationed back on the East Coast, and this is where this is all going to come around. God, I'm good at this podcast thing. So I'm going back to 12-hour shifts, but it's only like 2 shifts a week. I have all this time off. And the kids are kind of doing like preschool stuff like that. And I was like, fuck, I used to love fishing when I was a kid. Like, I remember going with my grandfather. I remembered the peace and the chaos that was my life as a child. Those trips with my grandfather were like massive. Yeah. So I was like, I'm going to fucking teach myself how to fish again. What's this thing? A bass. What's this thing? Because in Washington, I don't know. How I grew up, we just fished for like trout and salt water. Mm-hmm. So it really helped me early on. I realized that nature is like this thing of chaos. And the last 2 to 3 years, I'd gotten away from like me controlling what I do, me losing thought before action. And I realized that it's okay to suffer the losses again. And fishing actually helped that because fishing, like skateboarding, is a large series of failures that lead to a success.
Oh yeah, the failure to success rate is even. It's like 100 to 1. You know,
Yeah.
100
So-
casts to 1 fish. You know?
But not only was it like peaceful, especially once I got into a kayak, that was when I was like, oh shit, this is gonna save me so much money on therapy. Like, this is it. Like, there was times when I got that kayak where it'd be like, drop the kids off at school, all that stuff. I'm gonna run to the lake. I only got 2 hours. You'd launch, all that stuff. You don't have a lot of time, right? I would just go out there in the middle of the lake and just lay down. Just float. Just lay down quietly. Maybe put some headphones on, a little like lo-fi music, and just be in the moment for an hour.
Oh, dude, yeah.
But the reason I got into fishing and all of that was literally, it was because at that point, the numbness was going away and the hurt was there. And I'd processed so much stuff pretty well in my life at that point. And now at this point, I'm like 31, and it's like I started drinking pretty heavily, a little distant in my marriage, I noticed. And it was because I had this thing. I'd done so well with like overcoming obstacles, overcoming failures that I wasn't, at this point, I wasn't used to not being able to take care of it. And I was not able to take care of it. I needed something to get me back to how I was, less jaded, more present in myself and with, my family. So fishing literally saved probably my marriage, definitely saved my life in a way.
Oh, dude. And you said it earlier, like if you bottle it up, it will come back. And like for you to just be like, all right, this is a blur. We're just going to get through this. Like they call that disassociation, basically is what it is. So you are in the, for your last few years or whatever, or the years following this traumatic event. I hate to say this traumatic event, you losing your friend, like you losing a brother. It's called disassociation. It's where people actually will be almost literally outside themselves. They're going humdrum robotic movements. They're just moving through life, floating, not really interacting, emotionally connecting with people. It's just kind of like, this is what I do. I'm doing this. And when you disassociate, eventually the way your brain works is if you separate far enough from it for long enough, it will all come, like you get reconnected, not by choice. Right. And when you reconnect with your, mental state, your emotional state, like it is out of control. It's uncontrollable. It's not something that you can, okay, now we're back. I'm going to process this now. It's not by choice. It comes when it comes. And you're in this basically state of grief and trauma and dead center trauma that you just experienced years prior. You're right back in the middle of it. So for you to be able to be like, you know what, being on the water and in some sort of uncontrollable chaos, because that's what nature is. It's like, you try and stop a wave. Go for it, buddy. I dare you. It's uncontrollable chaos, so you get to get out there and you get to, this is all coming up. And you said you weren't present in your marriage. You were just, or you weren't very present in your marriage, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's hard to be a dad and not engage, especially with girls. Yep. So for you to find that thing where you're like, okay, this is where I get to let this go. This is where I get to let all these feelings come in and I get to absorb the moment, and I'm just going to soak it, like the birds chirping, the current trickling, like things like that. Like you get to have that release. How in that, I say all this to say, how in that, where did you come up with like, okay, I'm going to be okay? Or did it take a long time?
It didn't actually take that long. I specifically remember the bank fishing was great. That was kind of like the start of that. But when I pulled the trigger for that kayak and I took it out for the first time, and it was a windier day, and I literally sat in the middle of it, and I'm like trying to fight to get to one side and whatnot. And honestly, a lot of emotion kind of went back through, and I'm like, holy shit, like I'm fighting against the waves. Obviously, I'm in a kayak, not a big cutter. This is Southern New Jersey, not the Gulf of Alaska. Yeah. But a lot of that, I don't know, it's just like kind of clicked. And I literally sat there and I fucking cried, dead serious, for 45 minutes straight, looking like probably a fucking lunatic because there was other anglers out there. And I literally wept like a baby. Oh, dude, full snot. Like it was fucking bad. Mind you, I'm in the shittiest kayak, just doing circles because of the wind. Fuck Ascend 10T. Those boats can go fuck themselves. Bass Pro, you can fuck yourselves too for making that horror show of a kayak. But I'm literally just fucking spinning. Dude, I didn't even like cast a line. I go out there, I fucking cry, I fight my way back to the launch. And it's almost like exactly what you said. I'm pulling this thing in. I still got snot coming out. And there was an older guy. And he goes, "Are you all right, man?" And I remember it sounds so corny. I was like, "I think I'm going to be now." And he was like, "All right. You seem like you're going through it. If you ever need to talk, bud." And I was like, "Thank you." And he just random dude. Never saw him again in my life. But it was that moment. Like, obviously, I'm still affected. I'm still affected by it.
Forever.
But at that moment,
Yeah.
I felt more connected to me than I'd had in many years at that point. Yeah. And I remember I got home. Amanda's like, "Catch any fish?" I'm like, "Nope," but I caught a shit ton of feelings. And I remember her being like, "It's probably what you needed." And I was like, "I think so."
Yeah.
Dude. And she's great. When I was fishing heavy, she never once, like some people are like, "Oh, my wife's always nagging me." No, there'd be times where she's like, "You need plastic therapy. You need to go out in that little boat and go catch tiny fish." And yeah. But it was at that moment of just bawling, like, you know, like when a kid cries, like that uncontrollable, like they can't breathe and there's no sound at one point.
That is exactly what I was going to wrap this up with. If you want to talk about escaping a traumatic situation and then revisiting it later for that cleansing, that's exactly what it's like, because there is nothing like a grown man with the full snot cry, because that brings you right back to like childhood. And that's what I'm saying. That's how like trauma skips time. You know what I'm saying? So it's so cleansing to actually have that, like my face, well, your beard, you know, I've got a not shaved face. Face is soaking wet. My skin's raw. My nose is red. Snot is just like in my lips, like disgusting cry. Like it's cleansing, dude.
Dude, it felt like all of that shit that I held for those 2.5 years was in my lap, because it's all out of me at this point. So dude, it was awesome. It was, like I said, I think fishing definitely saved me there. So,
dude, yeah, that's a guys that don't do that end up swinging from an extension cord.
100%. 100%. Like, you can't be Mr. Tough Guy. I guess we're just pussy millennials that believe that I don't want to be a bad husband. I don't want to hit my wife. I never hit my wife. She'd beat the fuck out of me. But I don't want to go down that path. I don't want my kids to grow up resenting me. I don't want my kids to ever grow up and feel like I felt in those years of like, I'm in the middle of two different worlds in a void, like you said, right? I don't want that. So I can be a pussy, I guess, then, because I give a shit about the family and friends around me. I chose another family than the one I was given at birth, and I will absolutely fucking die for them. Not just the Coasties, like a whole group of friends that are basically my brothers and sisters and uncles now, right? And if that means I'm a pussy because I care about them and express that, then fucking sign me up for Vagisil, because I will fucking slather that fucking stinky taco and be the stinky pussy that you need. You can say that.
They're sponsored.
Yeah. Well, listen, Bass and Brews, we've been trying with Astroglide forever. I think we're gonna go to Vagisil now.
Dude, hey, I'm gonna tell you. So I'm sober. It's not I don't keep it a secret anymore. I've been anonymous long enough. You know, I've been sober for a few years. And I met a dude straight out of prison. You know, like I meet a lot of guys. A lot of my community that I deal with is guys that come straight out of prison, or guys that are just, you know, on their last leg of life. And then there's guys that have been around a lot longer than me that, you know, I seek, you know, counsel with on a regular basis. But one of those guys that comes straight out, like straight, you know, like he'd been out a few months, and he was like, look, like, and he's a tough guy, like not like he didn't do a year, you know, he was there for a while. He was in his 40s, you know, and he's all, look, the toughest dudes in the world will cry in front of your face because they don't give a fuck. And I was like, dude, that's so right. And he's all, and the best thing you could possibly do is let that out, because you're going to die. You will cut your wrists. You will hang from an extension cord. You will blow your brains out if you don't. He's all, I've seen it too many times.
Yeah. It's scary. They talk about like, you know, millennials are just pussies because we have all these mental health problems, this and that. And it's like, no, it's just, like I said before, it's just we don't hit our wives. We don't fucking abandon our children for a 20-year-old when you're in your 40s. Like, we're responsible adults. And yeah, we might cry, and feelings matter. And we don't devote everything to a soulless fucking corporate job. Like,
we're accountable to more than just work.
Correct. Yes. That's a great way to put it.
We're accountable to family. We're accountable to our emotions, and we're accountable to being responsible for the younger generation's emotions.
Absolutely.
That's what it is.
Yep.
So yeah, dude. So, okay, we're gonna have some fun real quick. So, in this whole military journey, and you finding fishing and like it cleansing, you know, it's saved your life. It literally saved your life because, like we've said, most people would be hanging from somewhere at this point, especially with the trauma and the experiences that you got to have in this time. You decided to start a podcast, or how did that go down?
Yeah, so like COVID happened, right? And I was randomly on, not randomly, I was randomly. Anyways, I was doing like social media for shit, right? Everybody records theirs. If anybody knows me or knows the show, they know Paul, my co-host, does all the tournament stuff. I'm like the content creation guy, even though I haven't put out like a legit YouTube video in years.
Shower
but
beers.
I was heavy, shower beers. I did a lot of content creation. I was one of those guys who was pumping out a video every single week, if not two. Bobby Roast Beef from Jigs and Bigs podcast had me on because I just had an incident where I had shit myself in my kayak. So I went on to this. Yeah. All right. So I gave myself, all right. Have you ever, when you're making drumsticks and it gets a little raw next to the bone?
Yeah.
So these were a little bit more than a little raw. And my wife was like, don't eat those. And I'm like, they're going to be fine. It's okay. Fine. You don't want to eat them? I'll eat them all. So I ate them and I gave myself salmonella poisoning. So we're on like day 8 of it. I'm like, all right, I'm not shitting every 2 minutes. I should be good. I'm going to go out in the boat. And my wife's like, that's a fucking awful idea. I just said she's always like supportive of me going out. This one, she's like, this is a bad idea. I go out there. This is during the summer. It's a little hot. I'm in like dead center of the lake. And all of a sudden, I feel a grumble down under. And it is not one that I'm trusting a fart with. It's not one that I can maybe let this pass. I have got to fucking go now. So I start pedaling. Worst thing. Because now my body feels like it's a fucking newborn that's constipated and its parents are just moving its little legs, right? So,
trauma back to childhood.
Exactly, right? So I'm pedaling into the wind and I have to stop because I'm getting these cramps. Well, every time I stop, I'm losing all the ground that I made up. Oh. Now, common sense would say, just jump out of the boat, shit in the water, jump back in, right?
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking clearly. I think it was the meds.
Scoot forward,
Right. Yeah. All that would have made more sense than me fighting it, finally getting to shore. As I step up to jump out of the kayak, I let go. I let go like a Moana level volcanic event of shit. It is fucking.
You're welcome.
Yeah, exactly. It is fucking everywhere. And it's already starting to run. And there's no solid product in this. This is just shit water. So I jump out. I pull my pants down. And I'm going to squat. I can't even squat. I just lean forward and I'm fucking blasting all over these fucking bushes. I finally get done. And I'm like, what the fuck am I going to do? Why didn't I get into the water?
Yeah.
What the fuck? So I have to take my shirt off to obviously wipe my ass because, I didn't have toilet paper. I do now. I always pack it. Yeah. And then I'm like, what the fuck am I going to do? And it's at this moment that I hear in the distance a faint laughter and talking. And so I kind of cover myself up and I look over this little hill. Yeah, it's a fucking daycare that had brought kids to the park. And I'm literally there with no shirt, no pants, just my shorts are just covering my genitals. I'm wearing hook fishing shoes. Shout out them. Yay. And I still have shit all over me. So I scrambled to put on what I can. And I didn't want to just throw the shitty clothing, right?
Yeah.
So I did have a big bag. You know those big bags of like Senkos you can get from Bass Pro? Mm-hmm. So I had one of those. This is bad bad outdoorsman that I am. I took all of them, dumped them into the fucking woods and shoved the shitty clothes into that big plastic bag. And I just threw it on the front of the boat and I start, mind you, it's a fucking 3-mile pedal to the ramp. So I'm contemplating my life, everything that I've done. How did I get into this situation? I obviously call my wife and I say, hey, I need you not to be home when I'm home because I have to hose myself in the boat and I shit myself. And she goes, man, sounds like you had a crappy day of fishing. I'm like, you got to fucking stop. And she goes, why are you getting so shitty with me? And I'm like, fucking enough. So I finally get back to it. There's one more part. I get back to the ramp. There's fucking at least 15 fucking canoes at the ramp. It's a fucking Boy Scout outing.
No, you're not on Megan's Law. Surprises the shit out
I
of
am
you
not.
right now.
I get up there and the kids are like, whoa, because this thing was like rigged out like the kayak, right?
Yeah.
And this is still like early on in pedal
Before
kayaks. Like,
before rigging was average. Yeah.
So they're like, well, that's so cool. And they're like, oh, it smells weird. And they're like, what's this bag for? And it's just the fucking bag full of shitty clothes. And I couldn't help it. I was like, I shit myself and those are my dirty fucking underwear. And I fucking lugged that kayak up. So I told this whole story on Jigs and Bigs and I had such a good time doing it. I was like, I can fucking do that. And Jigs and Bigs took me on just because I was like a small creator. And they were very like kind of local to New England. Yeah. And I was like, so what if I take some of that idea, but I'm just going to do it to content creators?
Okay.
And it started. About 8 episodes in, this weird bearded man from North Carolina has said, hey, I'm going to be on your show. That's Paul Roberts, my co-host. We, at that point, we were a very structured podcast. We only did 45 minutes. I had a piece of paper with questions. Like, it's very structured.
Yes.
Paul came on. We did 3 hours.
Yeah.
The first, and then afterwards, he's like, bro, I'm going to co-host this one day with you. And it was like 2 weeks later, he came on as a co-host. But what always got me is me and Paul would always talk. He showed me that we didn't have to be structured, that we could have conversations like this, like what we're having now, right?
Yeah.
In the landscape of podcasting for fishing shows, that wasn't a thing. Everybody was very structured. And there's big names out there. And Paul and I always said, like, we don't need to find a spot at the table. We're going to take a fucking spot. We're going to make our fucking spot at the table.
Yes.
And then I deployed for a year. He sucked. Paul did great. I thought the show was going to die. These are the Motel 6. If anybody's listened to Bass and Brews, you know we have like our eras. We have the Motel 6 days. We have the I Return days.
The Alex's MIA days. Yes.
That was like last year. Yep.
Yeah, there's eras. Yeah.
There is, right? Like
Dude, it's not by like design. Like
No.
you didn't design that. There wasn't like a storyboard written out ahead of time. Like it is literally the most natural progression in a show that I've ever seen because it's authentic. Like you guys do you know, and the show has grown and done all sorts of twists and turns. It's like, dude, if you guys are interested, just get on Bass and Brews on, Apple Podcasts, whatever, after the show's over. And just kidding. Start at the beginning, and it is a journey. It's so awesome. Like,
dude, it's crazy. I'm getting how structured, and then we got a little wild in those Motel 6 days, right? But we started to see big numbers, and it was cool to see, right? And then we got some like bigger names.
Yes.
Which was kind of nuts. And then when I returned, I didn't have a job for a couple months. And then we got heavily into marketing the show and we were seeing even bigger numbers. And then real life comes around and those numbers drop a little bit. Like, I'll be honest, they dropped. Our numbers are nowhere near what they were 3 years ago, right? But this fucking crazy group of brewskis, that's what we call our listeners, are fucking fully committed. The eras you're talking about, dude, we don't even come up with those. It's usually the listeners. But then what's crazy is like we know most of our listeners, I feel like. Obviously, we don't know all of them, but like we try to engage with them. And it's gotten to the point where we just do what the fuck we want to do now. Yeah. Like we don't have sponsors because we're Bass and Brews. But we have like these, dude, this year we had a guest who was lost at sea. Had nothing to do with fishing. Yes. His fucking boat went down in the Gulf of Mexico and we sat and talked with him for like an hour and a half, the most candid talk about kind of like this shit, right? Like his life flashing before his eyes, all this shit, right? Next week, 2 weeks from now, we're going to have a Bigfoot panel. We found another fucking Bigfoot expert. We're going to have the man, the myth, the legend that actually kind of looks like Bigfoot. I'm going to try to get Alex Rudd on, and we're going to talk and we want one more person, like a skeptic, on the show, and we're gonna have like a round table because we've had a Bigfoot guy before. And they're fucking, man, that dude is fucking crazy. It was awesome. Yes. So we're at the point now where we don't give a fuck. We're just gonna do what we want to do. Probably should have been doing that in the middle also. Like, I mean, we were doing what we want to do, but there was definitely, we were trying to, we definitely hit an era where we were like, okay, we're going to try to be more like Serious Angler or this or that, right? And we're going to be more tournament focused and this and that. And I don't fucking tournament fish. Those are the worst episodes. When we talk about
the Queen City Chronicles?
Bro, that's why I only did one. I was like, I am not fucking doing this, dog. I hate talking about fishing on my fishing show. I'm not going to go to another fucking show and talk about it.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, I would much rather talk about experiences around the outdoors than talk about what size line to catch a green fish.
So do you feel that this is almost a sense of, I don't know if the word's cathartic, but like, do you feel like this is almost a sense of like you being able to almost process, like, in a way? Like, I hate to bring it to like a therapeutic point of view, but like, dude, you got into fishing again, not to catch fish.
Right. Yeah, no, it is a way. This is a way for me. We have a lot of veterans on the show, and usually afterwards we get to talk about some other shit. And that's always really great. Talk about how they're processing, whether they're still in or not. How are they processing whatever mental damage? Because no matter how much you do, you're going to get fucked up being in the military. It's just what it is, right? So how are they doing? We're checking in on each other. Like, I get to do all that shit. I get to talk to cool people. Like, to be honest, my life's fucking boring now. Like, I work a corporate job. I have kids that, like, our biggest drama is that, like, one kid took another kid's fucking candy. Like, life is so good right now, right? So, but in some ways it can be boring. Like, and it's a good thing, not a bad thing. I'd much rather have a boring life than an, exciting life at 42.
Yes.
But I get to talk to people who do different things that are not in my little ecosystem. They're outside of it. That's why I keep doing it. Is I get to have these conversations with folks that I normally wouldn't.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that, and like, so you get to get that vicarious energy from them, but also, like, I don't know about you, but 20-year-old me would have punched 40-year-old me in the face because I'm a pussy bitch and I like to go to bed at night and things like that. But like, I love an uneventful life. Like,
it's great.
This is so amazing to me. Like, and like, you get to, like we were talking about, you get to reflect and you get to look back and you get to see the processes that you go through. I find the human mind is super interesting as it is. So like, I do have a couple things I did want to say about your whole pooping your pants story.
Oh, yeah.
I don't understand why you didn't just drop your shorts and pants down to your ankles and be a merman and swim around a little bit, like rinse it all off.
Nope. I understand. Yep. Mistakes were made.
No, it's all good. No, I just want to say that. So,
blah, blah, blah.
But so moving forward, like, dude, you have this podcast. It is, I don't care how successful you don't think it is. People out here in California love it. Like, it is successful. Like, if I wear a Bass and Brews shirt, I can tell you that it's not just Andy that's gonna be like, dude, you listen to Bass and Brews? I'm like, yeah, dude, it looks sick. But I don't never like, I'm the guy who makes the pictures. I'm just
no, you do. Listen, don't let him fool you. Dave did all of this. He crafted this whole internship so he could get bigger than us. He made the memes solely because he was like, this is how I get my foot in the door and I get on as a guest. And if I get on as a guest, I can do the end of the year kegger. And if I do the end of the year kegger, I might meet some other companies or anglers. Oh shit, Dark Horse is on this one. Sweet, this is my foot in with Dark Horse. And then Dave did an end of the year kegger with Bailey. And he's like, oh fuck, Serious Angler. I can get my own fucking show. This is all an elaborate plan. He has been planning this since 2004.
Do you remember the old Puppet Master movies? 2004.
Listen, Dave is an industry plant. He works for, everybody knows, the diabolical nature that is KVD. Dave works for KVD as an industry plant.
Dude.
Shit. He's my target all this year.
dude.
for no other reason than I can't make fun of Mike Iaconelli anymore.
Well, we had that conversation the last time I came on about like, people. I wanted to know if he was really who he said he was, and you're like, no, he was snagging fish, and I'm all with a crankbait. And he's like, yeah, it went from there. I was like, oh my god,
Yeah.
this is.
I think I'm gonna go back to Jacob Wheeler since he quit fishing.
Oh, did he quit?
Well, he quit bass fishing, professional bass fishing.
Oh, wow.
And the reason is, I'm gonna leak it here, is he contacted Bass and Brews and said, hey, I'd like to be on the show. And we said, you're not fucking big enough, dog.
Oh.
And he said, fuck that. I'm quitting bass fishing. So you heard it here first. Jacob Wheeler, we've taken down another angler at Bass and Brews. Dude, do you remember the Dark Waters podcast?
Never heard it.
I know a lot of people might have. It was a very early podcast. Well, that guy, I forgot his name. He came on our show and he never did another podcast. He saw how well we run this ship over at Bass and Brews, and he said, I cannot achieve this.
Once you step into the door of excellence, like everything fails in comparison.
Dude, we shotgunned a beer, and somehow I forgot how to shotgun a beer, and it took me way too long, and then I blew it out the top onto my webcam. Like,
I heard you show the fuck I was
God. Bro, my poor podcast studio.
Dude, I love it. Like, honestly, Bass and Brews has always filled like a part of my soul that I feel like I used to run around and be hectic. I ran with a hectic, skateboarders, motorcycle guys, like hectic. And like, and this is not a negative. Like you guys listening to your show feels that part of my soul again. Like,
good.
That's why I started making pictures and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, thank you for bringing like this portion back to me. Cause like I have a very scary, dirty mind and like just a very dark sense of humor, and you guys reached in there because I just assumed fishing with everything that up to Bass and Brews, with the exception of Jigs and Bigs, which Bobby Joe love those dudes,
Jugs and Bugs.
Jugs and Bugs, yeah, the OnlyFans. So with the exception of Jigs and Bigs, everything in bass fishing has always been very clean cut. And I was like, this can't be the entire group, I mean, if this is what it is, this is what it is. Cause I'm really interested in bass fishing, but I'm like a weirdo. I feel like just an outcast at this point. And then I found your podcast and I was like, these are my people, dude. Like this is, and thank you for just plugging away 5 years. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Because you have, that's why I started making pictures out of gratitude. Like, here, let me thank you for doing this for me, guys. Like, you really
and like no slight to the other shows. Like other shows you guys do, there's no way. It was so serendipitous that I got hooked up with Paul because Paul is full ADHD, Southern guy with a huge Southern draw, tournament fisher, and then there's me, who's none of that. And the oil and water mesh actually very well with us. I feel like it works out well. I met like my best friend through the show, which is Paul. Like that guy's been with me for the last 5 years on everything. He's always like the second person I call. Like when something life-changing happens or when I was on the boat, the second phone call I'd make in a port call, I'd call my wife first, and then I'd call Paul from somewhere and be like, yo, what's up? What's up with the show? Like, absolute great guy. He keeps it running more than I do, but thank God we don't do what he wants to do. There was a point in time where we were just going to do tournament fishing. Like, just tournament fishing.
No.
God, it would have been fucking awful.
Honestly, some of my favorite shows you guys have done is just you two. Don't get me wrong. I love some of the guest episodes. Like, they're great. But some of my favorite episodes, just you two arguing. I'm like, this is...
I mean, at this point, we just own it. Like, we just own it. Like, we had Christine Fisher, arguably one of the highest skilled anglers, kayak anglers in the world.
Yes.
We asked her if she ever shit herself in her kayak and had her talk about how she was taking a dump in the water. She did it right. She didn't shit herself in the kayak. And I remember we got comments that were just like, you had her on and that's what you fucking asked? Yeah, dude. Yeah. Russ Snyder's. We were asking him to go find a lot lizard because he did his interview from his truck at a truck stop. We were like, dude, go find a prostitute. Let's see if we can get her on the show.
I'm pretty sure you had both of them on wasted in the back of an Uber too. It was hilarious.
Yes.
But no, I want to say Fishers Floaters should just be a segment in the show.
Oh,
if you
bro,
guys ever decide to do
I
segments.
know we have to keep. We've got so many of these little ones that I'm just too fucking lazy to put in. But that's one I really got to work on.
Just ask everybody the shit question to be like, all right, this is a segment of the show called Fishers Floaters. Let me talk about.
I have to ask her. We sold the show to her for a nickel.
Yeah.
I mean, we bought KBN for a penny, so we're making out all right.
So okay, so the show's going strong. Like we've given it its flowers and its due. You are back into fishing. What was reintegrating into society out of the military like for you?
Okay, so I retired. This is in
2023.
2023.
Forever 2023 year. That was the best year, Forever Feral.
Oh yeah, that was. Oh, funny story about that year. We had somebody randomly sent me an email, and it said, "Hey, why do you have so many broads on?" And I was like, "What the fuck is this? 1995 Andrew Dice Clay?" Like, and I look back and I'm like, "Oh shit, we do have a lot of female anglers and content creators on, right?" And I was like, "Fuck that, we're getting feral, dude." We did a whole fucking month of female anglers just to piss off that fucking guy. Yes. Like, fuck that. That was, that year, 2023 was definitely feral. I was doing all the booking. So that's when we had Bigfoot Guy. We had so much random shit.
That was your hour 23 mark year.
That what?
That was your hour 23 mark year. I mapped it out. I'm a weirdo. I'm not the historian, but I mapped it out anyways. And at every hour 23, Alex was like, my whiskey's done.
Oh, dude. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So there was a little bit of that. I did feel when I first got out, I felt a little, I'm very scared. I've been doing this since I was 18. And now it's gone. Right. Yeah. So there was a little bit of loss of that.
What's the only thing you know?
Correct. Yeah. And so I will say every once, like, it definitely hit me pretty hard at first. And it's very scary. Also having, like, I had a paycheck normally guaranteed the 1st and the 15th every single month for the last 20 years. Yeah. And now I got to get a big boy job. And as much as people say, oh, we love to hire veterans. Oh, it's so easy. Fuck that. It's not. You guys don't want us because we're usually mentally or physically broken. We know what the fuck we're doing. You don't want to have to retrain us. I get it, but quit fucking lying to us. Like, that's like the biggest myth I've seen where they're like, it's so easy. It is fucking not, especially for a 20. Like, I retired from the military, so now I'm like definitely broken goods at an entry level position. Yeah. So it was definitely really scary. But I got over that really quick, to be honest. Okay, cool. Maybe 6 months. Every once in a while, I'll miss it, right? Because my job, I like my job. I love my job. It's great. It's just a job. Mm-hmm. Don't really give a shit. Like I clock in when I'm supposed to. I clock out when I'm supposed to. It's nothing extra, right? But so sometimes I miss some of that satisfaction. But as a whole, I fucking love being out. I love being a civvy again. I got this sweet fucking beard. I just got a mullet last weekend. I'm fucking stoked. Yeah, look at this thing.
Let me see this thing, dude. Oh, yes, dude.
Yeah, dude, I got the scumbag mullet.
If you're listening, stop and go look at the YouTube. That was gnarly. You even have like the pomp up front and everything, dude.
Oh yeah, dude. We've decided right before our first big summer party, I think I'm gonna get frosted tips on it just to go like full trailer park. You know what I mean?
1992, dude. Let's
do
this.
I'm so excited. But yeah, I love it. I'll always remember my service. I'll always be proud of it. I'll always miss the people that I've had the opportunity to work with. I had the opportunity to lead. I'll miss that, but I fucking love being, super dad at this point. No, not my wife's super mom too, but like I get to coach my kids' soccer teams. I get to do all this like normal shit that I did not get to do for those 20 years. Life was not normal. This is normal. My kids know my schedule for the next 4 years because it doesn't fucking change. It's the same. Dad never has to go away unless I want to. Like,
yeah.
I get to, dude. I get to take them to school, pick them up every single day. I get to be so present in everything that they do. It's awesome. It's awesome.
You're Bluey's dad.
Basically, I'm trying. That little fucking dog. I'm telling you, it makes me feel bad sometimes. But it's great. I know it's really tough for people to get out, and I do feel for them. I got some homies right now that retired when I retired, and they are struggling. If they're listening for some reason, dude, I'm always here. We're always here. Talk to somebody if you have friends that are veterans. Every once in a while, just give them a little, because if they're not processing it right, it can be, it's life-changing to get out. Because like you said, like it's for a lot of folks, it's all they know at that point.
So I have a question then.
Yeah.
I was not allowed to surf.
We wouldn't have picked you anyways.
My record's colorful. So being a person who didn't get to surf, how can we encourage veterans to talk to somebody, or how can we be there for guys who are getting out? Is there a process or an idea that you would feel comfortable with explaining?
Yeah. So in a way, it's just being present, but don't talk about the military. Like, especially if they're fresh getting out or they're hurting from something. I'll be honest, the last thing we want to hear is from somebody who doesn't have that shared experience, telling them to share their feelings. And fuck you. You didn't serve. You don't know. It's a lot for us to share. It is getting better as the kids are more mindful of mental health and all that stuff, and even the older guys. But a lot of folks, it's just like a quick text like, yo, what's up? What have you been up to?
Yeah.
Like something little like that can help snap a person out of that kind of slump they're feeling. But being like, hey, man, I know you served a whole bunch. You got to talk to me about your feelings, bro. Or no. Like
basically what we did right here. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I'm out now. I'm good. But if you would have hit me up with this, like at the 4-month mark, I told you fucking pack sand. Like it ain't gonna happen. Like we don't have that. At that point, it hurts, and you have to it hurts even more seeing somebody be like, oh, just talk about it. It's okay, when they don't know the loss that you're feeling from losing. And that goes for everybody, but it really goes for the people that hit 20 years. It really goes. A lot of my homies right now, they were a rank above me. So the higher up in rank, it hurts too, because the military has this dude, it's all like a big Ponzi scheme on like somebody's in charge, right? But they're not really in charge of you at the end of the day. It's just the military says you have to listen to them, right? And you do, because you can get in trouble. But like I've worked with people who were going to get out. They were getting dishonorably discharged. And I'd be like, hey, go clean this. And they go, hey, suck my dick. What am I going to do? Punch them?
Yep.
No, right? So the people in the higher ranks, they kind of have, a lot of them struggle when they get out because they were used to this authority, and that authority is gone.
Yeah.
You are just Joe Blow at the end of the day, right? So I actually feel bad for them because...
Oh, yeah. I never even thought about it like that. Yeah, dude. Like, you're the boss, and now you got to go sweep the floor.
And it could be lonely, because those people, like specifically like an E7 and above, a chief and above, right? Every morning when they walk through the building or walk through the ship, it is customs and courtesy to say, good morning, chief. Good evening, chief. They are constantly people talking to them. Just the open leadership they get to have. Like they say something, the world's going to bend to make sure it gets done. That's all gone. Now you are just a dude. Nobody says hi to you. Nobody says hello. Nobody's asking you for advice. Most of these guys, 99% of these guys just want to help people. And they're used to being that person that the younger people went to for help and advice. That's all gone. I could absolutely see where they might feel lost now that they're out. But I urge everybody, it gets better, man. It gets better. You can mourn that, and that's fine. But I highly urge, we got to get past it. Now you get to be present with what really matters. Because at the end of the day, I loved my time in the service, but I am just another number. I will be replaced. Somebody else will take my spot. Somebody else will be cranky and smoke too many cigarettes and yell at officers. Like it's a churn. So
no one will have that voice though, bro. You can take that to your grave.
So I just urge them to let's move on with our next one. I'm not trying to give tough love, and I get what they're going through, but we got to move on. We can't stay paralyzed by the mourning. We can't stay paralyzed by the grief. We have to move on, and now you get to be fully committed. You get to be Bluey's dad now. You get to like fully devote yourself to your family and do cool shit like that.
Hell yeah, dude. I love that. Thank you for the advice, because like sometimes I don't know what to say, and I'm like, well, did you do anything cool today?
Oh, see, that would be awful. Like, no, I work at a fucking shitty job. I wish I was out saving people. Thanks for bringing it up, Dave the intern. What the fuck?
I should have changed my name ahead of time. I thought about it. It's Dave the intern.
I tried to, but I forgot. It's not my show, so I can't change it. I was like, what the fuck? I even tried to play as we were talking, I tried to do like a sound clip, and I'm like, oh, this is what it looks like when you don't have all the access.
Yeah. This is the guest. You're the guest, dude.
Holy
Welcome.
shit. Yeah.
Oh, so okay. I took this base. I will admittedly say that I took this from you. This is not a shotgun round, but it is a question round.
Oh,
and
shit.
it comes
Yeah.
So yeah,
All
we have a whole bunch of questions. And
Okay,
they're
let's
a
do it.
little bit on the deeper side. I mean, there's no MFK, there's no like, would you eat fish or something like that.
It's not
I do
would
have
you
a
eat
question.
fish, Dave. It's would you eat beaver?
Would you ever eat a largemouth bass? That's a
do
question.
answer that one.
You
That
forget
is-
the questions. I remember them. Paul
Bro, it's
remembers them.
5 years. Like,
It's
come
your
on.
show. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so I do have a question for Paul real quick. Hang on.
Why are you gay?
So we're gonna move on from that. The question round real quick. We'll get demonetized. Whatever. So the first question is, who's your favorite angler and why?
It's fucking me because it saved my life. I'm my favorite angler.
Hell yeah, I like it. And these are not one-word answers. Like it's not a shock.
Yeah.
Like,
So
you
to
can
be clear,
explain.
all right. So I never did tournaments. I got into fishing not for tournaments.
Yeah.
We have them on the show, and that's great for people. Me personally, I think that it ruins it. We were just talking with Jeff last night. Like the kayak scene is like stuff's being priced out because everybody wants to be a fucking tournament angler. So what used to be an $1,800 kayak, pedal kayak, is now fucking $3,700. It's utterly insane. And I think it's tournament fishing that's doing that. So, and usually when people go like, "Oh, my favorite angler, it's fucking Mike Iaconelli," all that shit. Like at the end of the day, they're just fishermen. I don't give a shit. I'm my favorite angler.
I love it, dude. Fucking solid. Stand on that. 10 toes. Okay, who's your favorite fishing personality?
Oh, my favorite fishing personality is Alex Rudd. Alex Rudd was, I'm going to say it's a tie between him and Mikey Balls. And they were literally like the first of these guys. Like Alex Rudd helped me learn how to bass fish. When I was getting back into it, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I went on YouTube and I, looked it up.
Yeah.
And
Dude.
he was one of the first videos, him and Mikey Balls. And then when we asked them to be on the show and they were like, yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Like I didn't get a Motel 6 for that one. I got a fancy one in downtown Oakland to make sure I had that good fucking Wi-Fi.
We hit the Hilton for this one.
Right. And then it was a great show. And we have him on like once a fucking year, if not more. We usually have him on around Halloween. We talk about spooky shit. And he's real down to earth. Again, like one of the, I don't know, I just figured he was going to be like more full of himself, him or Mikey. And they're not. They're just literally fucking regular dudes.
Yes.
And for me, I think they're like uber stars in the scene, right? Like content creators in the scene. But they're just like dick and fart jokes. Like they're just, yeah. Those are my favorite.
I got to meet Rudd in person, and dude, he does not. So he has his personality. I agree. His personality just exudes like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, like almost celebrity style.
Yeah.
But that's just his personality. When I met him in real life, like he's the most humble dude. Like he's so cool. Like we worked on his kayak and just like kicked it and just ate Mexican food. He's just down to earth, dope dude. So
Dude, I texted him randomly. I said, my beard's finally getting long. What do I need to do? And he gave me a detailed beard routine.
yes,
Like he's just a down to earth guy. So,
he's a real guy.
and Mikey's nuts. Mikey's nuts. He showed up randomly at the end. Remember at the end? You were there.
Dude, yeah.
As I was talking about Mikey, he fucking logged into it. That was so fucking crazy. That was not planned at all. Like,
No,
fucking
no,
crazy.
I'm aware of how Bass and Brews runs. That was
Yeah, we
you
don't
don't
plan
have
anything.
that kind of
we don't plan
pre-sight,
anything.
dude. That was
But yeah, he
so
came in,
solid.
and Mikey's so down to earth. I mean, those are just two guys who were like at the upper end of like when Paul and I really started getting going on it after about a year of the podcast. We literally put down a top 10 list, and they were on that list, and we've hit them all, which is fucking nuts. Like
You've had him on multiple times now. Like they're becoming like more
Mikey's
of a
done
relationship.
4 now. I think Rudd is our most returning guest. Rudd's at double digit episodes now. And I love when he comes on. We talk about conspiracy theories. We talk about Bigfoot fucking. We talk about is the Mothman really a thing? We talk about MMA because he's doing like the jujitsu and he likes rolling around with dudes that are sweaty on the mat. Like we talk about all of it.
Speaking of which, if it's Friday, everyone, you're gonna hear this later. But if you get bored tonight, jump on Rudd's show.
Yes.
It's gonna be fun. He has a show that comes out on Friday nights. Most of the time it's live. He's been doing a lot of pre-recording lately, so just let everybody know. Okay, next question.
Yes.
It's a very wide brush. Spend a day. Time's not relative. Time
Okay.
doesn't exist. Spend a day with anyone. Who is it, and what are you going to do?
Oh shit. Dude, I'm so conceited. I'm gonna spend the day with 16-year-old me.
Ooh.
And we're gonna go skate. We're gonna talk about how things ended up. Because 16-year-old me was pretty sure that we weren't gonna do shit. That we were gonna be probably locked up, maybe, or just like not having a fulfilling life. Like 6-year-old me was pretty dark on that shit. Like I thought I had peaked, basically, and I had nowhere to go from there. And I'd like to hang out, go to some shows, and then just kind of talk about where we're at, like where we get to. Like we get to have that boring ass, fully fulfilling life. That it gets better, don't worry. Shit's going to suck for a while, then it's going to get a little better, and then it's going to fucking suck for a while, then it's going to get better, and eventually you're going to move past it pretty well adjusted.
Awesome. That's a great.
Bro, I'm not just here for dick and fart jokes. I'm a deep motherfucker.
I love it. No, I know.
Chat GBT'd it.
Yeah.
I'm just joking.
Behind the curtain, me and Alex have talked, like, not on the green room. We've actually talked on the phone many times, and like, he is a genuinely kind and deep individual. Like, we have had long talks late night. Like, he's a good human.
Ooh, let's not spread that.
Don't hold it. Well, don't hold it against him when when you talk to him. He's a good dude. Okay, biggest fear, dude. What's your biggest fear?
That I didn't make an impact. Like I'm always continually trying to make an impact. When I retired, like, it really hit me on that certificate. I got a certificate, and they basically used all the stats, because anytime we do any kind of mission or case, there's obviously paperwork. It's the government. So it had me affecting over 10,000 lives in my 20 years through search and rescue, where I assisted saving 10,000 people. And that is impact, but I want to continue. Like, I'm coaching the kids' soccer team, right? Dude, I don't know fucking shit about fucking soccer when I signed up for this. I had like 4 beers. My kids thought it would be funny, so I fucking signed up. Dude, now I'm committed. Like, my algorithm on TikTok is nothing but soccer videos, but it gives me a way to, like, lead like I used to in the military. Right now I can try to help. My oldest just moved up to co-ed, so now I get, like, young girls, young boys, these people. I get to help maybe have an impact. So my biggest fear is that I don't make an impact. Like, when it's all said and done, I didn't impact somebody.
You don't want statistics on your gravestone. You want people.
I'll even take statistics. That's fine. I'll take numbers. I'm a number whore. That's fine. No, I mean, yeah.
I get it. Yeah. No, that's awesome. So, okay. We all have defects character.
Yeah.
I have plenty of defects of character, but I've learned how to turn some of these defects of character into character defects into character assets. So do you have any character defects that you think have become character assets to you in life?
Nope, I'm perfect.
All right, my man.
No. Okay, so I can get. It's not disassociating, but I can get, like, distant. I'm sure you know, like, I am awful with texts and phone calls.
Oh, fuck yeah.
But then sometimes I'm really good at it. But because I can get distant on that stuff, I feel like little shit doesn't affect me as much. Like, my wife can come home and she can talk for an hour about her day. And then she says, "How was your day?" I went to work. Like, that distance from it makes it so I don't stress out about the little shit. I think that's what I'm trying to get at. Like, that stuff doesn't matter to me. like John eating my lunch at work doesn't matter.
You focus on the right things.
Yes.
You've learned how to take that hyper focus or that distance, that
Yes.
basically block of bullshit, and
I
not use it
prioritize events on how much I'm going to exhaust emotion into those events. And it can be a downside because sometimes my priority chart does not match up to somebody else's. And I have been told, and I can see it, where sometimes I can seem distant when somebody's talking about John eating her lunch. Like, but at the end of the day, I'm better off, and I can be better for other people because I don't stress out over dumb shit.
Yeah.
See, even there, I'm like, man, I sound like an asshole. But
No.
Yeah.
That's totally fine. You've used basically your emotional connection to an individual, like you talking to your wife, and that whole time that you blurred out in the military, you've used that blur to be able to filter out, okay, I need to be present and connecting with this person. This person is talking about a bunch of stuff that really doesn't affect me or anybody else, so that's a blur. Like
that's basically
direct that. That's cool.
Triage personal interactions. I don't need to. Yeah.
Yes, I love it. No wonder you don't answer my phone calls. No, I'm just kidding.
Dude, I'm the fucking worst. I think I have like 12 unread texts from fucking Ramon right now.
Oh, I was gonna say for me. Yeah.
No, because I had to look at yours to click the link.
Yeah, I know. That's why I put it in. No. So, all right. Have you ever been broke because of fishing?
No.
Okay.
No, I got into it later. I was pretty good at my finances. Yeah. I've been broke from other things, but not from that.
Yeah. And you're not like a lure whore. You're not like a tackle guy. Like,
no, dude, I like a fucking worm, a weighted wacky, and a swim jig. If I can just have, and a crappy magnet. If I can have those 3 lures, I'm good.
There you go. Hell yeah. All right. What's your biggest struggle in life right now?
Biggest struggle in life. Oh, okay. This actually came up. It has to do with parenting. So the world is a fucking crazy place right now, right? And I got a 10 and a 12-year-old who they're very smart kids, unfortunately, because they ask questions of like, why is the world the way it is? Ooh. And I'm having a hard time struggling with how to explain how awful this place can be. But there's still good sides to it, right? And it is a struggle because they see stuff on the news, stuff like that. Like we've had to ban the news in the house because it's fucking awful, right? So I'm struggling with trying to make sure I don't want them so sheltered because I don't want them to be like weird fucking homeschooly type kids.
Yeah,
but I also want them to
wild nature.
Yeah. But I also want them to be like innocent as long as I can keep it because they're just 10 and 12. I don't need to get them to grow up faster. So I'm struggling with trying to show that there's still light and try to explain why everything is happening. It's tough.
Yeah. Dude, my son's 11 and he's asking all the right questions and I'm giving him all the wrong answers, you know?
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, we only do the best we can, right? Like we're never going to be perfect, but as long as you as a parent kind of accept that you're just doing the best that you can. And, if you're a piece of shit parent, well, just because you go, oh, yeah, I tried my best. No, you're a piece of shit, right? But if you are a good parent and you have some, you're lacking in a couple departments, that's fine. That's because you're trying your best. The effort is so important.
You're only responsible for the effort, not the outcome.
Right.
That's
Dude,
all.
Like the kids knew that I didn't know about soccer, but it meant so much that I show up twice a fucking week, try to learn soccer. They know I'm probably holding them back. They should go to like a travel team or some shit, but they want to play with dad, so they stay on my teams and they enjoy the effort. You can see the effort. Like this season, I had a girl last season go to the coaches meeting for the spring season, and her dad's there. And I'm like, oh, where's V at? He's like, oh, he's at home. I'm like, what are you doing here? And he goes, dude, you had so much fun. I saw you interacting with the kids. You had so much fun. I fucking signed up for this season so he can go coach his daughter. Like, it's fucking cool as shit. So
that's so dope. I love that. That's so awesome. So you're making impacts. You are. Yeah. That's an impact,
Also, I get to be cringy. We got this thing where every game we give out the Locked In Award, and it's a giant chain link with a big fucking lock on it.
Yeah.
And I make the kid wear it for the whole first half of the practice. And this thing's like, but it's like a big fucking lock. Last practice, the kid was like, I got to take it off. It's hurting. And then he goes over and he goes, dude, I have a bruise. And I'm like, whoops.
He's got bruises.
Shit, my bad, guys.
You should have seen what we had to do when we were kids,
Back when I was a kid, all we had was orange slices and high C after soccer.
Now you guys get electrolytes.
Hot dogs. Dude, parents brought in hot dogs last practice. A hot dog buffet. What the fuck? This is awesome.
Yep. Oh, that's rad. All right. Life hammer, dude. You know what a hammer is. I don't have to explain. You did skateboarding. So what's your life hammer? That accomplishment that you can bang your chest on and be genuinely proud of, and not in like an unhealthy way.
Sure. Being on the whole angler.
Oh, shut up. Get the fuck out of here.
No, I think I don't think there's one. There's not one hammer for me. It's from 18. That's why I want to meet 16-year-old me and hang out. I think from when I took that step at 18 to leave home to try to piss them off, and I got to forge kind of what I wanted to do and how I wanted to, the man I wanted to be, the dad that I wanted to be, the husband I wanted to be. So it's not just one, it's all of that, because I'm very proud of that I moved from what was not great for me to something that I was able to help craft and forge.
That's beautiful, dude. That's fucking beautiful. That's
Bro, I should have got a job at Hallmark. Like that was pretty good. And I'm not talking about the card. I'm talking about the channel. I'll write those fucking movies.
No, seriously, no. Like that is your whole life is the hammer. Like that's fucking badass, dude.
I think a lot of people. You should take that in. A lot of people, anybody who grew up with trauma, and if you're here now, you should be proud of that because you helped get there. The step ups and the failures, all that. Most of the time is you personally. It doesn't have to be, but at the end of the day, it's you. And if you're still here, good on you, and you should be proud of that. Unless you're a piece of shit that listens to Serious Angler.
Or the
I'm just joking.
Dude, I'm wearing. Hey Bailey, I'm wearing your hat today, by the way.
Dude, Bailey, I got a bone to pick with Bailey. I'm gonna hijack your show. Bailey, why did you look like you were on work release from a prison when you went on the end of the year kegger? You looked so unhappy to be there. I want to know, was it me or was it Paul? Which one was it?
Was it me? Oh, I love it. Bailey will respond, but he probably won't respond to me.
He won't.
He
doesn't listen to the show.
He doesn't listen to the show. Nobody listens to the show, dude. I listen to the show. How's that sound? You're one listen in California.
You're like, hell yeah.
That's me. All right. Have you ever learned a lesson on the water that you've implemented in your life, or vice versa?
Yeah, just the preparation. Like, as crazy as it can be out there, a little bit of prep, a little bit of, like we talked about way earlier, a little bit of thoughtfulness in our actions. You can directly relate that to fishing too. You can be thoughtful of what you're doing instead of just fan casting to the fucking middle. You can save a lot of time by fishing where you need to fish, learn a little bit about the body of water you're on, things like that. That preparation, that thoughtfulness goes a long way on the water.
Yeah, it does. It does. Biggest mental or emotional block for you?
What the hell was that? Oh, sorry, go ahead. Biggest mental
or emotional block for you?
Ooh.
What shuts you down? What puts you in blur mode?
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Okay. Even if somebody maybe has a reason, I'll go into blur mode when it's unnecessary victimizing themselves. Like, I can't do this because this happened. I can't. It's just the whininess of I will absolutely shut down if I'm talking to somebody who thinks that everything's against them and they can't do what they want to do because of life.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I feel bad, and I will instantly probably not. I'll devalidate anything you say at that point. Like, if I can do it, anybody can fucking do it. And I'm not saying I'm perfect or anything. There's definitely people who've come from worse situations, but it can be done if you put in the work on yourself.
Right. Everybody has their own bottom, but it's your responsibility to get yourself out of that too.
Yes.
You know?
I also hate that too, that people that trauma rank. Like, oh, you did this, right? So, but mine was way worse. Like, that doesn't give an excuse. Or the other side of that coin where they're like, oh, I can't do anything. Like, no, you had some shit happen. Yeah, but it's not like I'm fucking starving in fucking China. Well, yeah, you don't have to compare trauma. Trauma's trauma. Doesn't matter where it came from.
you can relate, and you can have two different levels, and that's acceptable. Don't one up or one down me. Like that's not how that works.
Hate that. I hate that. And then the ones that are just like, oh, I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do. Stop saying. It sounds super motivational right now. Like, stop saying can't carry the fucking boats. Just fucking do it. But like, it doesn't have to be as extreme as all that shit. It could just be like showing up for yourself, showing up for the people around you. That's a big step. Makes you feel good that you made them feel good. All of a sudden, we got a cycle.
Yep, a healthy cycle.
Yes.
I'm gonna. All right, so.
Dude, you went right back into fucking podcast voice so fast. Just so you guys know, he paused it because he had to go take care of his dog. What a loser.
So I have a husky.
Yeah, they're the
It's
worst.
actually my wife and kids' dog at this point. I don't want anything to do. But no, he's losing his mind. He just got shots yesterday. So I don't know what.
But Dave the intern, I'm telling you, industry plant. He went right back into the podcast voice. Tried to let you listeners sit in the dark. He wasn't even going to tell you that we were paused.
Well, I was going to say something.
KVD industry plant.
Kevin, I need my check. So okay. I used this Christian name. That's right. So I mean, we've kind of touched on this a bunch, but where does fishing fit in all this now? Because that question's more for people who do fishing with cameras. You know what I'm saying? And you fish. I
actually don't fish a lot right now. Well, just time. I don't have enough time for it. I think it's tough. We were talking about it last night on the podcast. Those who are really good at fishing fish. Those who are mediocre and have jobs podcast instead. But it's there. When I go out, I still have like a great appreciation, not just for it, but what it helped me kind of pull myself out of.
Yeah. Do you okay, so we've talked about mental preparedness and like you're saying, you give it that time. Do you actually give it like that time, like that first 15, 20 minutes to be like, dude, being out here, like this is it.
Yeah. Every time. Ever since I got the kayak, every single time I give it 5 to 10 minutes of just some deep breaths, some quietness. Because normally I'm a weirdo. I normally fish with headphones on with like some kind of music playing.
Yeah, me too.
But I won't at that point. It's just listening, being in the moment, ready to clear, think about what I'm going to do. If it's like a day where I really want to catch fish, like, all right, what am I going to do? I'm going to do this. But yeah, I still do it every time I go out.
It's awesome. I love it. See, I do that too. I leave the headphones out for like the first like 20 minutes. Well, I'm also going through like a mental breakdown because I can't swim. So I'm like deathly afraid when I'm out on the water.
Yeah, that's nuts. Yeah.
But I go for like 20 minutes or so.
I got a tip for you.
Try and soak it in. What? Take swimming lessons with my daughter? What?
No, just don't wear the PFD and then just fucking dump yourself in and see what happens. Like that's how we did it as kids, right? Like you got thrown in the deep end of the pool or the lake, right? Let's just do that at 43.
Dude, I did that when I got my first kayak. The first thing I did was like take it out, figure it out, and then flip it. And I had a PFD on. And Andy was like 10 feet away from me on the dock. Dude, I was like peeing literally because I was in the water, so I didn't care. I was just peeing myself while I was like trying to figure out how to get the kayak back over. And just like, oh, dude, this is so
Listen, as a 20-year veteran of the Coast Guard, I urge everybody not to wear your PFDs. The Coast Guard still needs to be employed so we can get as much search and rescue.
Bring out the drag chains. No.
That's dark as fuck.
Sorry, I got shitty humor, dude. I'm sorry. All right, so tell us one thing that nobody knows about you, like a window into who you are.
Oh, I don't know, man. I feel like I'm pretty open. I've been doing the show for 5 years. I feel like I fucking don't know. I think so. Like I feel like I'm a pretty open book. At this point, you got me stumped on that one.
All right, how's this?
I don't like The Sopranos. How about that?
Ooh. Oh,
I think The Sopranos is fucking overrated. I think the first season was boring. It got a little bit better, and then it got more fucking boring. I think The Sopranos is dumb. I think it's overrated. The Wire is way better. Oz was way better. Even Sex in the City was better than The Sopranos.
Oh, dude. Yep. Okay. Last question. It's a 3-parter.
Okay.
And I'll let you go. I swear. I know you got like life to do and stuff, but it's a question about health. What do you do for hydration, diet, and mental clarity?
Hydration. I make sure to have plenty of ice in my whiskey. For food, I make sure that my glizzy buns are organic. And then what was the last one?
Mental clarity.
Oh, mental clarity. I like to head down to Skid Row in Atlantic City just to see how much better I am, like how much better I am than everybody else. Those are the keys to life. Water in your whiskey, organic gluten-free glizzy buns, and making fun of less fortunate people.
You're a cowboy millennial.
That's what I'm going with. 3-part answer. That's it. Lock it in.
Go, love it, dude. Alex, dude, let everybody know where they can find you, dude.
Down in Atlantic City, right off of Atlantic Street, pointing at homeless people. No, you can find the Bass and Brews podcast on all major platforms, including Audible, because I guess you can put it there. I think it's like the funniest thing to put it on Audible. Like I'm next to all these books, and then there's fucking Bass and Brews talking about eating beaver. You can also find us on TikTok, and I think we still have the Instagram. I want to be honest, we're really slowed down on the social media side of it. We've just been busy with shit. Paul's trying, but and then YouTube, we do it on YouTube, just like all these other jokers. Listen, we pioneered this. We were the first ones. These guys are all. I'm just joking. No, you can find us on all that. Yep. And then if you're ever down in New Jersey, don't fucking call me. I probably don't want to hang out. So
that I've heard that's very true. I don't know. I have no idea, but I've heard that's very true. So, and if anybody wants to get a hold of you, like say they're going through some stuff, if they want to get a hold of you, don't put your phone number, but like, is it?
You can send me an email at bassandbrews@gmail.com. If anybody's got anything like that, I actually check that quite a bit. Also, you can get a hold of me if you go to patreon.com/bassandbrews and pay me $5 a month. I will talk to you. Maybe. I'm plugging it all.
I love it. No, hit it all. I love it. Dude, Alex, you know, this is like a little dream come true, right? Like, thank you for doing this. Dude.
Absolutely,
like,
man. Hey, have you had Paul on yet?
No.
Yeah,
no.
Suck it, Paul, you fat piece of shit.
Yes. Paul.
Why are you gay?
Fuck you, Paul. I got on here before you did.
Dude, thank you, man. Like,
you got it, buddy.
This really meant a lot to me, dude. So I appreciate it.
Well, thank you for having me. Got to tell a little bit, do something a little different than what I normally do, and I appreciate that.
Absolutely. All right, I'm going to throw you in the green room. I'm going to close it out, and we're going to call it a day.
Sounds good.
That was my buddy Alex Castonguay from Bass and Brews Podcast. I had an absolute blast through this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed as much as I do. Like, there's a lot more layers to Alex. He's like the human onion that people don't. I didn't even get to peel back, but future episodes of Bass and Brews, I'm sure he'll drop some more nuggets of his life. Until then, I'd like to start your Monday with a little bit of a positive moment.
And it's not babies for a few days. I stand on and trees. I got some trees. Come out the door.
Happy Monday, everybody. And record.